All right, all right, all right. I think I am live. Hey, Liz and friends, happy Sunday to you. Happy Monday morning to some of you. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Can't believe it's Sunday night again, right? I say that every Sunday night, but it just flies by, and here we are, a week away from the end of August, too. Just feels like life is just speeding up. Maybe that's the energy that's going on in the world. But, that is what we've got going on with energy, right? So welcome, everybody. Excited as always to see what we're gonna have come through from Spirit this evening, but, of course, before we start all that, if you're here a lot, I like to start off with taking a big, deep breath together, coming out of the chaos of the outside world, out of the future, out of the past, coming back to this moment in the now where we can hear from Spirit. And then we'll bring in the singing bowl for more energies, and then we will jump into things. So, if you want to join me in that big deep breath, just take a big deep breath in, hold it for as long as you feel comfortable. Slow exhale out is the key to slow your roll to come back to this moment. All right. So, if you want to join me, let's do it. Big deep breath in. Here we go. Beautiful. And then I will hit the singing bowl 3 times, and as we do that, we will let that energy, if you want, just permeate and radiate from your heart all through your emotions up into your mind and all your stories, throughout your physical body and every cell, through your energetic body, your chakras, your, energetic meridians out to your auras, filling us up and flowing out to the outside world. Let it do what it wants to do out there to help raise the vibration of the planet. Of course, if you want to raise your energy right away, just thinking of one little tiny thing that you're grateful for in this moment immediately jumpstarts your energy to a higher vibrational level, opening you up to receive more of what you're grateful for, plus messages from spirit as well. So, if you want to do that, and then also, after the third gong, I will bring in the magic feather, which we will push out energy out to the outside world, just spreading a big tsunami of love energy across the world, allowing that love to do what it wants to do out there with all this eclipse energy. We're right in the middle of a portal of the new moon in Leo solar eclipse, fire energy, really having this energy of identity. You can't hide who you are anymore, to the lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is next Thursday evening to Friday morning. It's like a little after midnight Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you're at in the world, but that is that huge emotional energy. The emotions don't want to be hidden anymore. It wants to rise from the bottom as well. So we've got all this energy that's coming in, and I love that. I love this energy. So that is what we'll do for the little after the third gong, and when you bring in the feather, if you wanna join me in sending that love energy out, thank you for coming along, magnifying that energy together. Alright, so let's do it. Let's begin. So remember, gratitude. Here we go. Hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Such wonderful energies. It just feels really good, doesn't it? So I like it. Let me just update something on my tablet. All right. So thank you guys. I love that extra energy boost. I can always feel that when you guys join in. Extra goosebumps. So thank you so much for joining me. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, hello, I'm your Brother Z. We are here to spill the tea with spirit and find out what we can learn and about our questions and what we can learn from one another and glean from each other's readings as well. I learned so much from everyone's readings. So thank you guys so much for your vulnerability and sharing things so that we can tap into spirit, find out what's happening. We do have a great group of Zen friends with huge hearts, great senses of humor. So always room for more Zen friends. And if you want to know how the whole process works, it's all detailed down in the description area of the video of the stream here. A couple weeks ago, I did start some new guidelines, uh, suggestions, around what donation amounts and different things like that. So be sure to check that out. This video talks about the updates, some new things I'm offering. And also, there's an opportunity to win one of my energetic hedges in there too. Just got to watch it toward the end. It tells you how to get into that. The drawing's on September 9th. So if you want to get into that, you still can. And that's how it works. Donations do get first priority. If you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom. Be aware, it does take 30%. YouTube does to process that. I have other options if you would prefer. I do have Venmo and Cash App that currently don't charge any fees to me. And then I also have PayPal, Square, and Google Pay that have less amounts in there. And like PayPal, some of these options you can choose to pay the fees if you want. But Venmo and Cash App are the ones that I get the full amount of the donation instead of paying it to corporations if you so choose. But that's just information, no expectations, whatever is easiest for you. I'm just so grateful that I'm able to do this. And if you make a donation, you do get prioritized, of course. If your donation is $5 or more, you do get a what I call a spiritual piece of cake, which you get an oracle card. And tonight we're using these law of positivism here that's coming in. So we've got those. And then also, if you have a donation that's under $5, then you get a fortune cookie, which is these little ones, these mind info oracle cards. So we've got that here. So that is how that works. Um, I'm not lagging on my side on my tablet. Is anyone else lagging? It might be Rocky's World. You might try stepping out and coming back in because I'm not lagging on my end. So it could be your connection. So is anyone else lagging at all? If you guys let me know. No, you're not laggy. Thank you, Jason. So yeah, so Rocky's World, let me just do here in case she doesn't see it. Try leaving and coming back. Uh, others are not lagging. All right. Okay, so I put that in there. So that is how that works. Thank you guys so much for letting me know. Um, my email address is down in the description area of the video always as well. It's Brudda Zen, BRUDDAZEN at gmail.com. It's listed in the stream description down there if you ever need it. If you forget it and I'm not live or whatever, it's down there. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Also, at the end of every stream, I do post a pinned comment listing all of the readings completed with timestamps. And if I don't finish everything in the evening session, I'm on only for 7 hours. I kind of bug out at midnight. I'm on at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. I bug out at midnight Mountain Time. And so if I don't finish everything, I do come back in the morning. I will mention that in the pinned comment too, if I was able to get to everything or not at the very top. So you could do that and see that. And then I pop on in the morning for that. I also have a free podcast if you guys haven't checked it out yet. It's called The Easier Path. It is all about spirit giving us understanding of why humans do what we do, so we can understand these humans. And then also, they give us hints on how to make those things an easier path instead of a harder one. Because we know humanity is these human characters, probably not going to ever be an easy path, but it can be easier. And that's what the podcast is all about. I almost ready to get the next edition out, but the last one was all about what do people think kind of energy. Why do we care what people think about us, and our why do we care about what they feel about us? It's natural, it's normal, it's human. It talks about why we do, and then some things on how to make that easier for us too. So if you want to check that out, the that's the most recent link, and always, of course, the playlist is listed in the description area of the video. So I feel like this is farther away for some reason. Maybe I'm just not closer. That could be it too. So hello. All right. I think that's the main skinny on the things. Let's get the lists all updated and we'll get into readings here. So let me see. I did get up here. Let me look at got down to this part here. So Radish, I do got you. You're number 9 on the free reading list there. And Dason, hey Dason, good to see you. I got you. You're number 10 on the list. I think you just posted your question. We'll do that. And this is good for everyone to know. If you aren't aware, I usually post the session between anywhere 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Depends on when I wake up and what I got going on. I posted the session early, so it's out there and available. I do that for a lot of my. I used to have morning sessions too, but to balance, I went to just evenings. But I do, have that open, and if you click on it and go into it, the chat is available early in the day, so if you wanna get on the list early, you can get in early, on that. You can even make donations early too, um, because the super chat's available, and of course, you can always make it by those other, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Square, and Google Pay. Can always do that as well. Post your question out in the chat, and we got access to it. So you can always do that as well. All right, and then Stoned Epiphany. I see you want to get on the free list here too. And I think your question is down there, so you'll be number 11 on the list here. And thank you guys for asking to get on the free list. But all you have to do is post your question. If I don't see a donation, then I assume it's free, a free reading, So we'll do that. All right, and then we got Debbie O. You, hello, hello, good to see you, my friend. You are, of course, number 1 on donations and number 1 on the free readings. So thank you. You're up at the crack of dawn today. I love it. And then let me check emails, make sure nothing came in over here too. Okay, we're good. So we got Rocky's World. Hey, Rocky, good to see you. I see your donation. You'd be number 4 on the donation list here. We'll give that a love and a like. So here's Stoned Epiphany. That is your question. I got you on there. You thought you were already subscribed. You just like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. This singing bowl I've had for decades. I got it on a website a long time ago, and quite honestly, I don't even know where it was anymore, but it was a long time. And I got it on a site where excuse me, where you, could actually listen to it before purchasing it, and I highly recommend that as well because, um when you hear it, it just resonates with you and you kinda calls out to you, kinda sings for you, and you're just like, because this one moved me, I was like, "Oof," and was listening to it on a sound bit. When I got it in person, it blew me away. So it's powerful energies. But definitely, that's what I recommend for those. And then Ruby G, I see your donation here. You'll be number 5 on the donations here. And then Stoned Epiphany, here is your question. Oh, I think you already got that. Why do your parents okay, it's the same one. All right, I got you there. All right. We got Rose Crump in the house. Hey, hey. Good to see you. Lovely. I love it. I love it. All right. We got Anna in the house as well. Thank you, Anna, for letting me know that you weren't lagging on your end. And you're number 2 and number 3 on the donation list. So we'll have that as well. All right. We got here. And here is Rose. I got you your free reading here, Rose. You'd be number 12 on the free reading list here. Scroll, scroll. All right. Get down here a little more. And then here is Dason's question. I see yours here now. It's like I said before, you are number 10 on the donation list. So I got your question on there now. All right. Chances to go to stores, right? And I'm trying to walk and get out there, but it's been so hot and smoky and then rainy now. But I need to get back into walking in the mornings. That's the big thing, is to take care of my physical health. You know, these human bodies need exercise. All right. And then April, I see you. Hello, hello. You'll be number 13 on the free reading list here. All right. Oh, and then actually, so I think this is a donation, right? Not a free reading. Now that I see your donation, I just got to that. So we'll move you from the free readings to the donation. You'll be number 6 on the donations over there. Just didn't look that far yet. All right. All right. So give that a love and a like here. All right, your dog has you up like it's a work week. Oh, how nice of them. I wait, and then if they're sleeping during the day, you wake them up and go, "Hey, turnaround's fair play," right? And Jason, you said I should do a PC tour. Is that, I'm an old man. You can't use short descriptor things. You have to like explain it to me. Is that like around the office or on my PC or what? What does that mean? What's a PC? Like public go on tour? Uh, that sounds like a lot of work and a lot of expense. I'm not sure. A computer, yeah, so a computer tour, like, you wanna see what my computer setup is? Maybe I'll take a picture one of these days. I'm gonna reorganize it and get it all cleaned up first. Yeah, I thought PC meant, like, computer. But you never know these days. You young whippersnappers, we just don't know. Alright, so I think we're all caught up on most of these here. We got Bird Girl in the house too. Hey, Bird Girl, good to see you. We'll get you on the free list. You'll be number 13 over there. I've got my free reading list over here, my donation list over here. Alright. So I think we are all set here, and then I think, Ruby, you might be emailing me, for your question. I don't see your question yet, so you're probably emailing me. So that's probably good for privacy purposes. All right. And then you have to delete them. That's a good idea, right? All right, let's take a look here. I think that is everything. So, oh, and we're going to be using tonight the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. So we'll be using that beautiful green background here. It's not as doesn't show up as green as it really is in person here, but it's a nice emerald green energy. So that is what we're going to do. So I always like to do a little cheers before we get started, just to say thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up, all of your love, support, your donations, participating in the channel, subscribing, sharing me with other people, commenting after the session is over, watching my podcast. All these things that you guys do help spread the Zen love. And I'm so grateful for that. You're part of the love tsunami, helping my channel get out from other people and getting where other people can hear from spirit as well. So together we're helping raise the love vibration of the planet. And I'm so grateful to you. So I like to do a little cheers, let you know I love you and I appreciate you. And salute. All right. So let's get started. Up first, we do have Debbie O. Debbie O. We got 2139 for your timestamp. So thank you so much for your donation via the PayPal. And thank you for paying for the fees. I appreciate that. Always grateful. All right. So let's start off. You wanted a general read first. Let's see here. All right. Evidently, they wanted that card first. So we got that one. Right. This one and this one and this one. Any of these others? Oh, all right. So let's get these scooched out here. So on the bottom of the deck, you do have the Six of Air, which is the Six of Swords. It's a beautiful movement of letting go of old ways of thinking, moving into higher ways of thinking, and it does bring you from choppy waters to calmer waters. And this is just such a beautiful, cool feeling card. There's this movement. Now, your first card, you do have the Temptation card, which is normally the Devil card. And I like how they present it here, how she presents it. Colette Baron Reed, she's such a sweet soul. Um, but there is this, shaking and rattling of long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, right? We're given a lot of, ingrained supposed to be's. And this just brings in whenever we have something that, you know, picks up and um, rises up within us of like supposed to be. That's not the way it's supposed to be. That's always a big indicator, and there's a lot of little words that kind of indicate for us that they are those things, supposed to be, should be, need to be, must be, has to be, and it, like, does it really? Because in the spirit world, there is no limitation. Limitation is of man and human opinion. So when we're like, "No, no, it has to be this way." No, it says people have said, even in, you know, um like, spiritual writings and across to all, spiritual beliefs. There's stuff that people, you know, humans can get caught up in and that, "Oh, this is absolute," and it's like, "Well, is it though? It was written by a human thousands of years ago." Some of these things are old, 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 and it's like, that was their understanding back then, and humans, when they get involved, tend to get ego involved, and then things, switch around and aren't really, uh, sit with our litmus test of our soul, which can be, is it of unconditional love or is it of fear? If it's not of unconditional love, then it's of man, and that's the fear based, a limitation of some sort. And when we question those things, then we can be set free from. And that's what all this about with the Six of Swords and the Temptation Devil's card energy is to question. It's that Capricorn rising, right? It's that Capricorn energy of questioning the belief and understand, where does it come from? How does it sit with my heart soul? Not with, the fear, because if there's fear behind it, we know that's not creator, because they have unconditional love for us, not conditional. And it is one of our big ahas in our life is when we come to that big fork in the road to believe, is the creator love us unconditionally, meaning zero conditions, no sacrifices, no angry God that requires anything, but a unconditionally loving individual versus conditional. It just takes one thing to be a condition, and that means it's man, right? And so I love that kind of litmus test that we can have to really understand what's of higher vibration, what's of low, and what can we be set free from. And this is the journey that you're on here. Yeah, and you have the Nine of Swords, which that's the nine, of swords that we normally see them in bed with all the swords above their head coming in there. So there is that energy here of you know getting tired. It's like the 9 is like on our way out the door of expectations. I'm tired of trying to live up to all these expectations and all these rules of man, and I'm tired of trying to make everyone else live up to my expectations. There's this freedom that comes through this, and I love this for you. You have the Chariot, yep, which is here's your moon energy coming in, Cancer moon. So we've got that energy that's coming in. Um, and I love this energy of, power of choice. Am I choosing higher vibration or lower vibration? It is up to us, and we do choose that, that energy. And there's no wrong choice, just different choices with different outcomes, different experiences, right? We come down here to experience what it might feel like to be restricted. And when we're done with that, we're like, okay, I can let that go now. I am free, but I'll pretend, oh, especially around the 10 of Pentacles, which our definition of what abundance means, of what relationships, what has to happen and the world or not, around relationships and everything else, just what does success means, we can look at it from a different perspective. And that's what all of that energy is about for your general. So that is what we went deep into that one. So that's what they have for that. Oh, you said, oh, Carolyn missed this morning. You spoke of grace and grace withheld. Food for thought, how to tell the difference. A grace used, you let a mistake go. You gave someone a second chance or forgave a fault without demanding payback. Grace withheld, you keep score, demand punishment, or stay angry and cut someone off for wrong. Right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, um, I do, yeah, I like that. And I feel like there's even a step we go where is there a mistake? Because a mistake means something that was supposed to be done wasn't done. So that's an expectation. In the grace, are no mistakes. They are just actions of love or actions of a cry out for love. And then, so there's no mistakes. It's just people, we're either loving or we're not loving in a moment. And if we're not loving in a moment, it's because we're not loving ourselves and we're in fear and we're crying out for love. So I love that. It's all about love, obviously, right? So, all right. So that's for that one. Thanks for sharing that, Debbie. I love Carolyn Miss. I do. I mentioned to you, I use her archetype cards for my past life readings to help identify the individuals we were in those lifetimes. So I really like those. Hey, Ruby G, I did get your email, so just I'll let you know that real quick here. But let's continue with Debbie O. We got in this lifetime. What did you come here to do? Teaching, healing, love, details, examples. Like, hey, we'll grab some of those here. Of course, you know, our main for all of us, our main thing of coming down here is to experience. We're these perfect mountains already, and we come down in different vibrations as different characters to wander around this huge mountain of who we are, to discover who we are. So we're on an adventure, we're on an exploration. And I like that when we come here. We don't come here for work and a contract and we got to do this because we're eternal beings. We don't have to have contracts. We don't have to try to do all this stuff. Now, we might want to experience coming down, feeling the pressure like we're under a contract. I wouldn't want to cheat anyone out of that. If you want to feel that way, definitely embrace that and enjoy that adventure. But there's a freedom that comes in when you know that we're just down here. It's a playground to explore and to enjoy and to see the different sides of who we are. And so there's no wrong choice, no right choice, no wrong way to feel, no right way to feel, just different ways to feel and experience. So I like that. Um, but we do have intentions, things we want to experience while we're down here, like, "Ooh, I wanna go on the swing set, I wanna go on the slide." And those can be things, "Oh, I wanna see what it feels like to be a teacher or a healer, a lover," those 3 things you mentioned, right? So let's see here what they have here. What are some things you wanted to see while you're down here and experience? We have these here. Alright. Alright. So you do have the 6 of Pentacles on the bottom here, which is very much a giving energy. And so you did want to give of yourself here. You wanted, and this is why you chose, they say, to be have your moon in Cancer, because that is Mother Moon, and that's a very giving, motherly energy that wants to just pour herself out as like a nurturer her entire life. So you chose that to be a nurturer in whatever way you wanna do that as, in this lifetime, being the underlying energy. So that's why you chose your moon sign the way you did and to be born exactly when you were. Were you born did you wanna be a teacher? Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. Yep, to create, and I feel like there is the big piece of the teaching that you wanted to do is to help people be true to their authentic self and how to free themselves from a lot of those restrictions and opinions to where, helping people embrace who they really are and and to be able to really tap into that creator, that inner creator that we're here too. So I feel like that's a piece of that you haven't heard before. I feel like they're kind of trying to give you new information, right? Um, for healing, yep, Six of Swords. So this is what you just had your general reading on. So a big piece of healing is helping people do everything that was in your general, portion there. So I like that, for you there, really helping people overcome, these restrictions, over their lives. I feel like that's kind of the part of the healing is helping people change their stories. I like that. Yeah, and then, are you here for love? Well, you got the Knight of Cups, which is the romantic normally, right? The knight with the Ace of Cups. So you definitely came here for a relationship and for love, right? Of course, we know that with husband that you had this specifically there. And the 10 of Cups. Yeah, you've got this a relationship energy right next to that. So even a joyful relationship. Oh, that's funny because they're clarifying here. No, it wasn't the relationships you've had already. You came here for the happy relationship. So I like that. That is funny. Sorry, Chuck. Well, that's it's them doing that. So I feel like those are some of the things that they were wanting to show you there. All right. And then you've got the peanut gallery, so let's hear from them as well. And thank you guys so much. I'll catch up on the chat and all the donations coming in via the email here after I'm done with Debbie O's. We just have a little more. We had a deep dive donation, so those take a little longer with the different things. So thank you for your patience. I'll get you guys here. So hang in there. I know the happy relationship. It's like the happy platter whenever you go to like a Chinese restaurant. I'm at the happy platter. All right, so let's take a look here. Who is up first? Your Papa O is up first. He's back into the main seat here. And maybe he was there yesterday too. But then we got Mama O here. And then we also have, oh, did I put a card back in backwards? I sure did. Yeah, speaking of backwards, Chuck. Sorry, let me just put some of these cards back. I think I had put your cards back in the opposite direction here. All right. And let's see about Chuckaroo here. All right. So that's the peanut gallery. Let's see what we got here. All right. Wow. So I feel like they're bringing in here. They love bringing in your birthday. That's coming up here. Got the Hermit Virgo energy. So that 9 energy coming in. So I feel like this is about your birthday and about this, yeah, just about your birthday is what I feel coming through here. And then, so Papa O, what is he gonna say here first? Yeah, 3 of Cups. We're gonna be celebrating your birthday all day. I like this energy because 'cause they've got the 6 of Earth, this pouring out energy coming in here, and the 4 of Fire, the 4 of Wands, which is joy and celebration. I love it because he's saying we're having it's not gonna be a surprise birthday party for you because, of course, we're telling you now, but he goes, "On your birthday, we're gonna be celebrating along with you all day long." And so they're gonna be giving you wonderful high vibration emotional energies, bringing you signs and synchronicities all day long just to let you know that they're there for you on your birthday, on this special, birthday, with the 6 energy of the 6 of Pentacles, the 6-0. They're like, "Yeah, we're definitely gonna be there." We're gonna put the O because of the O, Papa O, Mama O. We're putting the O in the 6-0 birthday. So, I like this energy. They're gonna be there for your, all day long. They're always with you, but they're gonna make themselves known all day long. So, I like that. And then Mama O coming in here as well. And so she's bringing in, the 3 of Pentacles, which is that, again, that energy of creativity, and transformation. We have the 3 of Swords, which this isn't heartache and disappointment in this one. This is about unexpected, creative ways. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. Mama O is gonna bring you something in the physical world. Um, and it has to do here, this 8 of Cups is about she's gonna bring you something with water on your birthday, something creative and unique. So I love that. You might even it could be something in the sky because I feel like there's this cloud up here that's really standing out. Almost looks like there's something in the clouds. Like, see, like there's people looking at you from the clouds up there. I feel like there's something to do with water vapor that she's gonna do something special. So yeah, or rain. So I feel like she's saying, keep an eye out on your birthday. Put an alarm on your phone or make a note if you so you don't forget, that's like her, right? Write it down, don't forget now. Because I feel like there's either gonna be rainbows or a cloud that's a shape, something that really stands out that's a gift from her to let you know. So she's going, "I'm doing something creative for you." So I like that. And then, Chuck O, yep, he has the Wheel of Fortune. I like this. This is kind of this celebration energy again coming in, the High Priestess energy that's coming in, and the Two of Earth, the Two of Pentacles, these 2 energies that are coming in. And it does feel like they're going to bring something physical across your path that stands out for you here. In fact, there might be um, like actual coins that you find. And I feel like they're gonna have coins, in your path throughout your day that will show up in a variety of different ways. And pay attention to the dates on the coin. I feel like that's important when you find it, the year, and I think it's just years on coins, right? I feel like that's what they're wanting you to do, but I love that. Just a kind of a fun celebration for your birth date and that they're, looking forward to making their presence known on this very special day. So I like that. All right. So that's what they've got for that one from the Peanut Gallery. Come on. Cards are fighting me here. Ah, very nice. Yep, another Virgo. All right. And then we wanted to know here about your future husband. You had asked for marriage too. So we'll take a look here. Just first of all, you want to know, does he have any tattoos? So let's take a look here. Does he have any tattoos here? Got the 6 of Swords energy here. It's funny, I was thinking, I don't I don't think I almost thought I was like a military tattoo, but I feel like he has some sort of tattoo, but it's almost something like a military tattoo, but he wasn't in the military, so it has something to do with sailing, Marines, Navy, like maybe an anchor. He has something, but it has significant meaning to him. Either it was for a buddy, um, or for his father, or, it's a something memorable, but you would look at it and go, "Were you in the military?" "No, this is for so and so." And I feel like it's just one little tattoo, he doesn't have a whole lot, but he gets everyone asks him all the time. It's funny, "Are you in the military? Were you in the mil" "No, no." So, I feel like it's on, like, his, shoulder or whatever, so when he's wearing a shirt, people don't see it, but if he's wearing a tank top, people see it, and he's just like, "Ugh, I'm gonna make sure I wear T-shirts and not tank tops." That's funny. Alright, but so he does have one, and then you wanna know, is he clean cut, medium hair, comb to the side, or comb back? What kind of, does he have here for his hair? We got the 2 of Earth, the 2 of Pentacles. That's kind of a balanced energy. So I I feel like it's like regular hair. I don't feel like it's short or long, kinda just it wouldn't it doesn't like go, "Wow," stand out is what I'm getting with the 2 of Pentacles. That's kind of the balancing energy. It's like he has 2 haircuts, one for the summer, one for the cooler summer. That's Texas weather, right? There's not 4 seasons, there's just 1 season. Really, you have summer, and then you have the cooler summer, which is your winter and fall, right? Right. But, I feel like that's what's coming in there. I feel like it's, uh, I don't I don't feel like it's parted to the side or whatever. I feel like it's just kind of, there kind of energy. Kinda like, it would be just kinda like, I guess this is kinda parted on the side, but it's just kinda, nothing big, and different, right? Just, you know, professional because of what he has done for decades, right? All right, and then let's see here. What about marriage? Can we know about here? Marriage and the husband. What can we find out here? All right. Yeah, I like this. I like this fresh start because we've got the King of Air, which is the all the expectations and supposed to be's and should be's, and they're all, you know, it's like there is this adventure energy around marriage and all of this. Again, this is a lot of why you're going through letting go of a lot of expectations. It's, you know, this energy of adventure together, not having to do certain things and it has to be done a certain way. It's going to be tough for a Virgo, I know, but you're also a Cancer moon. So you can override a lot of that, try to get out of your head, right, and into your heart and just allow yourself to focus on gratitude for what is and not all the expectations, because that's this Fool card. It's not about doing everything the way we think it's supposed to, but this adventure of doing things together and agreements between the 2 of you. So that's the kind of relationship that you guys will have is it's yeah, yeah, everyone might say blah, 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 but what do you want? What do I want? And let's build that together. Screw the world. This is our relationship, not theirs. And I like that. I like that energy. What works best for us is what's important, not what everyone else wants us to do. So I like that. What else we have here? Yeah, here's that 9 of swords from that's from the beginning, right? Your first general reading about letting go of a lot of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And so let's, instead of focusing on trying to achieve and trying to make sure we're doing all that stuff, that's what sucks the life out of a relationship. You're focusing on gratitude, and that's what builds the relationship. Yes, exactly. You get the 3 of water, the joy, the celebration energy. You get the 4 of water, the 4 of cups, solid, stable, emotional relationship, and you focus in on the joy instead. Yep, and of course, the passion, the ace of fire, you know, enjoying and expressing and sharing what we're wanting to do, and, it's all about that following our heart, following our passion and the relationship that comes in with it here, so I like that. So, I feel like that is the big thing with the husband and the marriage right now. We got the 7 of Pentacles, which is, not rushing. It's, enjoying the process of growing, not trying to get to the harvest. And that includes even now, the things that I'm learning and growing about myself, it'll be here in the perfect timing. And when I just enjoy the journey instead of going, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" That's what makes the trip to get there seem like it takes forever, right? But when we're enjoying what's going on and listening to music and having a great time talking to everyone that's on the trip with us, it tends to feel like it's going faster, right? So I like that. All right, and let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. You've got, "I feel safe and grounded." I love that. It's a beautiful energy. Master number 22, which is all about connection between you and your higher self energy, says, "Remember that you're here to be fully embodied and always carried and held by Mother Earth. Not only are you living on Earth, but you are also the planet itself with all the fibers of your body. As the rivers flow, so does your blood through your veins. And what is without you is within you. So when you find your connection to her, capital H her, you feel the safe and nurturing womb that is." And that's also with Virgo energy. That's the goddess of the harvest and earth energy connected to Mother Earth. So you got Mother Moon and Mother Earth energy, which is beautiful. Says, "When we're engaged in a lot of mental activity, yang energy, and being in a state of constantly doing and becoming, we forget that we're embodied and start feeling detached. This ungrounded sensation can manifest as anxiety, fears, insomnia, and or a sense of purposelessness. It is a miracle to have a body and to live in this human shape for the time that we're here. Always know that the divine has birthed you to nurture and protect you, as your body is vessel of your soul. Repeat to yourself, 'I am safe and grounded,' and do it daily if you feel detached." Some grounding practices. Not only do the following practices heal you emotionally, but they rebalance your body to its natural state of being, rooted, uh, rootedness and embodiment. You can practice the following daily or weekly to continue connecting with your body and the earth. So they give, I think, 6: eating root vegetables, walking barefoot on the earth, swimming in the ocean or a lake, imagining your roots growing into the ground and its core, walking in nature and bathing in the trees, plants, and sounds, and dancing and stamping your feet. The symbols here, of course, the deer represents, let's see here, the deer represents gentleness, the dahlia flower represents kindness, and the snake represents grounding energy. So I like that. I love it, I love it, I love it. That's what they got for you, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. I always love connecting to your peanut gallery and your future husband. So I love that. Cha cha cha. All right. Well, let's get caught up here on the chat. So thank you. I know we had a ton of people come in. So let's get caught up here. Thank you for your patience. We got Blueberry. Hey, Blueberry. Good to see you. We'll get you on the free readings. You'll be number 14 out there. Oops. There we go. Got you there. And then Bon Bon, you said you sent a Venmo. Let's jump in here. All right. So we got you here, Bon Bon. We'll get you here. And I think you said you wanted a general on there. So I see that on your Venmo. You'll be number 7 on the donation list here. So I got you. Thank you. All right. And we got Livier Vagata in the house. Hey, Livier. Good to see you. I'll get you on the free list here, too. I think you're further down below. We got Eagle Money as well. Eagle Money will be number 15 on the free reading list. All right. And then Ruby G, I did get your email, just so you know, uh, if you didn't already. And then I'll get you for uh, your free reading. It'll be on number 16 on the free reading list there. And then here is Livy A. Boom, boom, boom. We got you. Be number 17 on the free reading list here. Okay, and then we got all those. Boom, boom, boom. We got Deb. Thank you so much for your positive and loving energy. Good to see you. All right. uh, yeah, growing roots, one of the most memorable meditations you've had. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. Good memories. All right, and then that's okay. So that's yours, Anna. And then I did get another donation via Zim Venmo here. Let's see here. Oh, okay, that was your email for that. I get it. Okay. All right, I got it. I got it. So that is for that. Let me mark over here. Also, see email so I don't forget. All right, you literally became a tree. Isn't that beautiful? I love those grounding ones there. So I love it. Thank you, Deb. Cheers, cheers. All the memories. All right, let me finish this up here. Slurp, slurp. All right, now we'll move on to coffee. All right. So, Anna, we up next. We got two for you. Sending you and your friend some love energy. I was just thinking about them the other day. A few days ago, they came across my mind. So, must have been something in the air, in the ethereal. So I was like, I wonder what's going on with them. All right. So, of course, for entertainment purposes, I like that. So, how is A doing in the hospital? How long will they be admitted? And what will happen after they're discharged? All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, get those there. And it looks like we'll give a third one this time. Yeah, we have this wonderful Virgo energy with the Hermit, which we just entered Virgo season yesterday, which is all about the body. That's one of the big um, adventures of Virgos, is that they go through this, whether it's challenges with the body, but that's like one of their big things is their bodily focus throughout their life. So Virgo season brings in a lot of great health changes, and whatever we focus on, of course, it could be wonderful health things, or if we are focusing on fears, we could be sucked into lower vibration. But it's interesting that that's Mother Earth, Virgo energy, that's coming in here as well. So I like that. That's on the bottom here. So how are they doing in the hospital right now? We got the Four of Fire, Four of Wands. That's a good stable energy. I like that for them. And they've got it's joyful, happy, of course, probably being funny as they always are, probably joking with everybody there. But it's a good energy. It's a good stability energy. So I like that. Stabilized and in good spirits, it feels like with the Four of Wands that would be going in there. How long will they be admitted? We have the Four of Earth, another stabled Four of Pentacles. Feels like maybe 4 days total with that energy there. So, including what yesterday, right? So just a couple more days. It feels like they'll be there. Feel like they're stabilizing today, and then I feel like they're running some tests. This kind of energy that's coming in just to make sure everything's good, and then they will release, It feels like on the 4th day, so just for a few days, it feels like here, but a good stable energy that's coming in with that as well. And then after they're discharged, we do have the tower. Yeah, like this suddenness energy that's coming in here. Things move quickly, things, I it almost feels like that there might be some I don't know if there's gonna be some surgery where something needs to be taken out, like, if it's, like, their gallbladder, "Oh, you have to have a gallbladder removed," or, "We have to have surgery." I feel like there's something that she gets, scheduled for some sort of procedure, just to get something, you know, handled, it feels like because that tower feels like it's, sudden, "Let's just get it going, let's just go up," kind of thing that comes in here. Um, it kind of feels like that kind of energy. It doesn't have to be, but that's kind of what that energy I feel like something happens quickly to get because that's all about making space for something that's more in alignment with the energy and get something kind of removed out, to make space for something that's more in alignment, like I said. So it feels good there. I feel like it's not a scary tower, like, ooh, anything like that. So I like that. Let's see what the fortune cookie brings in too. See what we got. What do we got? So for this one, and then they want this one for your next one already. All right. For this one, yeah, we got abundance, so that's good. We like that energy. And so regarding her, you're being asked to open to abundance, to believe that you're deserving of it, and to believe that it will flow to you. This is the first important step toward receiving it. Breathe deeply and trust that it's on its way. So I like that abundance and, breathe, send love, love, love. Know that it's like the wheel of fortune. Everything that's unfolding is unfolding for us and for them. And we can trust that. And when we can sit in that, and breathe. We can calm down, right? All right. So hopefully that helps for that. And then let's dive into your second one here. We've got 5843. And so for number two, so you've booked a one-way trip since it's uncertain right now when they'll be discharged, right? So how do you see your travels going to and from, and how long will you be there? You'll anticipating you'll be on the same flight home, right? All right, let's take a look here. So first of all, how are your travels going to and from? Okay, we got to and from. All right. So we got that. And then how long will you guys be there? All right, we'll use the bottom of that for that. Um, so your travels to there, your card, you got the Messenger of Air, the Knight of Swords. So informative, um, and it's fast. It's smooth moving. The Knight of Swords is, quick. It's one of the quicker ones. So I feel like everything goes smoothly. It flies by, and before you know it, you're there, and you're there by her side at the hospital. And um, but it feels very smooth with this Knight of Swords energy that's coming in. Um, yeah, I don't feel like there's anything that's coming in. It just feels very smooth. It's just everything's on time. Everything just kind of works, 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 and you get information and you're up to date. And I feel like it just again, everything I feel like what you need to know just is there for you to know. Like, if you're going, "Well, where's the" "Oh, there's a sign, it says right here," and I feel like there's all these signs because it's all about the thinking and the seeing, and you'll get intuition and you'll get messages from spirit as you're going to. So I feel like that, is a good energy, to have there as well. Your trip back is the Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles, so that's an abundance energy that feels, that feels, I mean, it's again, feeling like good, full, new adventure, new opportunity kind of energy. So I really like that for you. You know, when we're talking about will you guys be on the kind of the same flight home? On the bottom, you have the 9 of cups, the 9 of water, which is dreams come true energy here. So I feel like there's such a great opportunity for everything just to go smoothly. The more you, of course, step into gratitude and that unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and play and surrender, the more smoothly everything goes. You know, if you want to have a difficult time, you know, it's definitely there's always in every moment whatever we want we can find, right? And so you're like, nope, don't want to. I'm not going to focus in on any lower vibration. I'm only focusing on higher vibration because that's the kind of experience I want, right? And so it's a great energy with that of I'm going to keep my mind on, uh, high vibrational affirmations and prayers and whatever, is about love, 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 and joy and laughter and peace and play and, send love, send love. Think about all the amazing, fun things that you guys have had together over your lifetime, and, uh, you know, and so I like that. I like that energy coming in here. So feels positive. It feels good. Um, Great opportunities available to you. It's, unless you do want a different experience, then you can choose that too. And there's no judgment. You're like, hell no. Uh, and I like this here. We've got your fortune cookie is a spread about future love and new love, finding new love. And I like this here for you too, right? And so there is this, wonderful energy here of, I keep these spread cards in there because it tells us about, you know, that there, and I feel like this is for, um, that there's also, oh, they got future love, they got new love, they got plenty of things coming in. You guys have a lot to discuss. You know, anyway, so I feel like there's that energy there. Um, you know, the number of days that you're gone and returning home, in the first reading we had that she's gonna be out of the hospital in 4 days, right? So there is that energy of, that she'll be out on, let's see if it was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like maybe either Tuesday or Wednesday they'll be out and then it'll be dependent. I feel like because I was going that direction and they were like, well, with that Ace of Pentacles, there might be an opportunity, that since you guys are over there, that it's like, not that she's going to be well enough to go do a bunch of stuff or whatever, but they're like, well, let's just take another day, and just stay here for a day, and then go. Because I feel like it's going to be up to how she feels and what you are wanting. And there's a lot of decisions that made, but she'll be out of the hospital. It feels like she'll be only in there for like 4 days, and then you'll be able to be out, and then you guys get to decide when you want to come home. So they're like, there's it's, all up in the air. They see there's a bunch of decision points coming up because when you 2 get together, they're like, "Who knows?" Because there's like, chick, 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 all these things, right? So, it's gonna be not a long time, but, hopefully that helps at least see the possibilities that are there right now. But they're even though it's a short amount of time, they're just like, "It's so unpredictable." The you wanna do one thing and they wanna do another thing, 2 stubborn, kinda like sister energies, right? So, I'm like they're like so, hopefully that helps. And I gave you your fortune cookie, right? Yeah, it was that new love thing. So so that is what they have, dear. So, of course, tell them I said hello, give them a hug for me, and that I'm sending great, great big love their way. So, and for you, of course, on your trip and your journey. So hang in there, my dear. Thank you again for your donations. And I know you didn't want to have to go on this adventure because of this, but I feel like you needed to get an adventure to get away and get your blood flowing again anyway. So I feel like this would be good. Yeah. So many blessings. All right, and we've got Chili. Hey, Chili, good to see you. I will put you into the free readings. You'll be number 18 on the free readings as well. I know, let the shenanigans commence. Yeah, if you shenan once, surely you'll shenan again. All right, so hang in there, my dear. Right, and we'll continue on here. Absolutely. Take care. All right, we got Rocky's World up next. So 106:47. All right, here is your timestamp here. Hey, Chili, everything's down in the description area of the stream. If you want to kind of know how it all works, it's all down there if you want to check that out. All right, so Rocky, thank you so much for your donation. Appreciate it. Hello, hello. And you want to know, why did Michael J. choose for you to go to the Ren Fair for his birthday rather than the party at Fort Greene for him? All right, let's take a look here. Nope, we don't want that one. We got this one. Do you want this one here? All right. Let's see what we got here. Interesting here. Yeah, we had the 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which is all about being true to your authentic self, not dimming your light, not uh, asking permission to shine. And you do have underneath that, you've got the 2 of Swords. Then you have also, as one of your reading cards, you have the 2 of Pentacles, this power of choice energy, and the Hierophant, which is about the power of change coming in here. And they were like, because I feel like they're saying here, I didn't choose for you to go anywhere. I don't have that power over your life. They're like, you have the power of choice. You get to choose in your life. Um, but you had a change, something changed. You had a change of story in your mind that created an opportunity of 2 choices in the outside world, and you chose to go to that. And they're like, "And that's alright, because I was with you at the Ren Fair anyway, because I follow you wherever you go." And I was totally fine with that, because he was like, "You didn't go to the party to see anyone else, you were going to the party for me, and I was with you, so you didn't miss anything. I partied there." Yeah. So I like this. I feel like they're like, yeah, this is something that was for you, your higher self with the Hierophant was like, we have a choice, let's go this direction. And I like that. I feel like he's not offended. On the spiritual plane, when he goes, here's the death card. I'm dead. I'm not down there. I'm everywhere, so I don't care. I'm with you, until you leave that humanity, then I don't need to be that character for you anymore. And he's like, yeah, we're already there. So, and he's saying that that party wasn't for him anyway. It's interesting that he's saying it that way, because the birthday party wasn't for me. That was for everyone else. Um, so, he says it there. It's like that. It's not like I was going to be there in person, and everyone is going to, you know, bring me gifts and all this kind of stuff. He's like, it's for them, not for me, you know. And that's okay. That's what get-togethers are for, when people have remembrances and everything. He's all, that's for them. That wasn't for me. You celebrated it the way you wanted to do it, and that's fun, because I had fun with you, going to the Ren Fair. So I feel like it's something that he didn't get to do, when he was alive. So he was like, I wanted to experience it, and I experienced it, next to you. And I like that. So I like that. Yeah. And your fortune cookie is pay attention. What is this? You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given which this is what you were doing, right? Both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how the best move forward in order to live your best life. So he's all pay attention, which so what you did. You heard this idea, you heard it and you did it. And he goes, that's what keep doing that because that's going to take you into the best uh, you know, experiences of your life. Follow that energy. So I like that. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. Appreciate you. Hope you had a blast. All right. So, and up next we got Ruby G. So Ruby G, thank you for your donation here. Let me grab that here, and then let's get into your email over here. All right. So we will take a look here and find out what's going on here. Okay. Yeah, hopefully my hedge didn't keep CPS away. Yay, good to see you. I'm like, I know it's to no, I'm just starting right now. I hope I did want to protect you. maybe maybe this is good. Maybe this is why they didn't come in because they were a lower vibrational person. They couldn't come towards you. So whoever ends up coming will be higher vibrational for you, right? Right. Oh yeah, keep your son with you, right? Yeah, and that keeps your son safe. So interesting, right? So I like that. All right, so let's take a look here. So you've got 5 questions, and this is the 5 cards. So let's get your 5 cards out here first. This will be for number 1, number 2. We got number 3, number 4, and this is number 5. All right. So what we got going on here? Yeah, I like the bottom energy for this whole situation. You do have the Page of Water, Page of Cups, which does have to do with the love of a child. The younger ones, the pages are the children. So I love that energy. Happy child energy. So I love that. What a great card to be for this reading. All right. And then so you want to know the energy if you read your ex's message today versus wait. I don't know if there's crucial info or should I lay low to minimize conflict, right? Let's take a look here. You have the 3 of water. We got this the other night, 3 of cups with third party energy that's here. Um, I don't know if what kind of crucial information would be there, you know. Um, you know, but the 3 of water is third party energy. It is joy, celebration energy. Um, uh, and let me do a clarify here. If you, uh, let's see if you, okay, first of all, if you read your ex's message versus if you don't. So if you read your ex's message, 10 of wands, burden or abundance, you get to choose how it all is here. Oh, okay. And then, and if you don't, if you wait, then you will see it eventually anyway with this Leo energy. This is the roar gets louder. So I feel like, with the 10 of wands, oh, as long as it's court monitored, that's good. So I feel like the 10 of wands is if you open it, it's up to you whether you look at it as a burden or as abundance. So go in with your energy of going, it's just information. I don't have to react to it, right? So I feel like if you go in with that 3 of cups, happy, joyful energy, then, don't go in with it fear and trepidation, right? Go in it with joy and celebration. And then, so I feel like that's the kind of energy that comes in here. Um, so as long as it's court monitored, that's good that there's a third party watching it. Yeah. So Do it. Do it. Do it, right? And then number 2, wait for the attorney and/or CPS to file, or will I need to file ASAP, so possibly with legal aid help for the optimal outcome? Okay, let's take a look here. You have the Hierophant. Yeah, this is justice, like a justice of the peace kind of energy, contractual justice energy. And so I feel like here, um, yeah, I feel like here this brings in, uh it is like, someone like a lawyer, attorney, justice of the peace, legal kind of energy that comes in with the Hierophant with this. So this does feel here like, the kind of energy of, um, do it with help, so it's done, so there's not anything left off, there's not anything that's missing. It feels here, to do that, and I do feel that the Hierophant, the number 5 of change and movement, it does feel like there's conflict. So I feel like ASAP does definitely feels, um, to get the ball rolling and, at least get the attorney involved as well, right? Yeah, so it's like get them involved so that they can guide you and make sure that you don't throw a wrench into things and derail anything, make sure it's in alignment with the attorney, right? Yeah. So I like that. And then number 3, energy, if you file emergency protective order for you shunning yourself or just emergency custody. I'm also not sure if CPL so stupid well understood me so much. Okay. Yeah, the star card, what is your dream? What do you feel? With the star card, this is the dream come true, wishing upon a star. It's about going about it in a balanced way as well, because Aquarius energy, we step out of the emotions, we try to calm down, think clearly as much as we can on what steps do I feel are the most important, right? You know, emergency protective orders. Um, I mean, I just feel like with the threats and everything you've been getting, you know what it is you wanna do, and just do that. You wanna do the emergency protective orders, you wanna do the emergency custody, um, and, um, and I feel like if you're doing it and CPS is doing it, all the better, right? But, I feel like if you do it, then you don't have to, um, uh, you know, worry that it's not being done. Or, of course, contact CPS and say, "Are you guys doing this or not?" Right? Why wonder? Just contact them and say, "Is this what you guys are already doing, or do I need to do this?" And then we can find out because it could save you some time and some trouble and maybe expense if there's anything for it too. Let me see here, just based on current energies, is CPS doing any actions here? Well, it looks like the Page of Wands. Looks like there is action happening, but I would still verify just to for your peace of mind to know, right? So, um, I feel like that's that energy there. But the Page of Wands is even like taking additional action. So I feel like that's that kind of energy that's coming in with that, right? Number 4 is what do you need to know about the X currently going into the week? You've got the 6 of fire, 6 of wands, it's fire energy, but it's a victory energy. It's a balanced energy with the 6 of wands. Um, and, there is this kind of, uh, it feels like the fire is being contained, but I feel it's building, like combusting, right? So I feel like it's just to be aware that they're like a hot air balloon that just might blow up like the Hindenburg, right? So I feel like doing everything that you can to protect yourself is important with all this energy. It feels calm and smooth, but um, it's just like do everything you feel you need to do to protect yourself, and then you feel at ease because as long as you think there's something else, you're gonna be focused in on that, and you're not gonna be in the moment enjoying the moment. You're being hyper vigilant, right? Instead of calm and in the moment, right? So I feel like that's the energy, with the X, with the 6 of Wands is it's like something's building within them, and, it's just good to have everything in place, right? And then anything else Spirit wants you to know right now regarding this, um, and you do have the 7 of Fire. Yeah, here's the 7 of Wands, which this is like the Sun card. This is being true to your authentic self. This is not dimming your light, not asking permission to shine, not needing to defend your actions, but this is about shining bright like the sun and going, "This is what I need to do. I'm gonna do what I feel I need to do." Of course, with your husband, you are in a partnership, but, it's not worrying about anything else. It's like, "This is what I feel like we need to do," because the underlying energy, of course, is all about the happiness of my child. And I want to make sure my child is happy, healthy, and safe. And that's why I'm doing all this. I'm not doing it, for revenge or to get back at them or to try to steal my child away. I am doing this for the safety of my child. And that's the North Star. That's what guides you to do all the actions that you're gonna do or not do, is to focus on that, right? So, I feel like that's what they have there for you. And your hedge is still active and going, just so you know. I still have that going from the other night, and I'll continue it until you're through all this, right? Your fortune cookie is life is a dream within a dream. Card number 49. Here's this bridge. We're crossing the bridge. That we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, where we're at the bridge, right? So it says, what is the difference between the awake and the dream states? When you're dreaming, do you have any recollection of this reality? Is either of these realms more real than the other? We exist in different realities, timelines, and dimensions simultaneously, and our so called dream state is just another form of existence. Says our dreams and sleep state allow us to enter space and time beyond the limitations of this physical experience. This transcendence is so crucial that both animals and humans do this naturally as part of our soul's path here. Not only is the dream state another form of existence, but it also merges with the beingness of this current reality. Therefore, in our dreams, we can connect with our higher self, other beings, other people's higher selves, and other worlds. These dreams can entail everything that exists in this reality and also go beyond the framework of the earthly world. There are no limitations, and it is an expansive place to be. Through our dreams, we can find healing, guidance, and support. I know, to live after the chaos. Well, you can live now in the chaos because chaos is a state of mind, right? Not a state of being. Your dream work. So it says to connect deeper to your dreams, you need to make sure to prioritize your sleep and get enough hours of sleep to enter in and out of dreams and deep sleep. So, 4 things. Number 1, be intentional and state to yourself and the universe that you're ready to do dream work. Number 2, set the intention before you fall asleep to receive guidance of any kind through your dreams. Number 3, journal every morning on your dreams and include as many details as possible. And number 4, start weaving the dreams together and see if there are patterns after a few weeks and or months. And on your card, there is a links somewhere in there. Oh, he's in the corner here. He's right here. So there's the links right there. That's clairvoyance. You got the moon, which is dreams, and the magnolia, which is innocence and purity. I love that. No more coffee tonight, right? The thing I added in, it didn't say that. The thing that I when you said your teachings and live support valuable oh, the chaos is the thing I added. That wasn't in the book there. 'Cause chaos isn't a state of chaos is a state of mind. It's a choice of story, not a being. Because chaos doesn't happen out here. Everything out here just is. When chaos comes in, that means we've created a story of fear and chaos, which is then how we experience it, but we can change it too. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Prioritizing sleep is good because that helps you approach things and not be as anxious as well. So, you know, just know you're surrounded by a giant, huge hedge of unconditional love energy just bubbling around you. So, I like that for you. All right. So hang in there, my dear. I know. Fun, fun adventures await. All right. So I like that for you. Would give you a little cheers as well. Cheers, cheers, my friend. All right. Yum, yum. Turn that down a little bit. So let us catch up here too. We got Swell Root Bobby in the house. Hey, hey, good to see you. We'll get you on the free list. You'll be number 19 on the free list. And we got Donna Marie in the house. Hey, hey, happy Sunday to you. And we also have Chelsea. Hey, Chelsea, we got your donation that came in via Zcash app. So thank you so much for that. And I got your email as well. So we got you. You'll be number 8. I think I just told you that. But you'll be number 8. Really, I mean it. All right. And then we got Jazzy Meg. Hey, good to see you. We'll get you added on here. Be number 9 on the donation list here. So we got you here. All right. So we got you there. Let's give that a love and a like as well, I think. Did I give all these? Yes. Okay, we are good to go there. All right. So let me just dive into here. All right, I got you. And Donna Marie will get you in under the free readings. You'll be number, whoops, scroll, number 20 on the free readings. All right. So, up next for donations, we do have April. So, April, thank you so much for your donation. And we will get you here as your timestamp. Boom, boom. And you want to know, what did Beza think of you during that first month you met? All right. Let's shuffle up here, see what we got going on here. All right. None of those. So, what did Beza think of you? So, this is all their thinking in their mind, not their heart. So, we'll see what we got going on here. Okay, I'm going to give you those. All right. All right. Interesting that the bottom of the deck, we do have the 5 of Cups. There was like this, I don't know, it's almost like they sensed that you were down. They're like, during the first month that you met, they kind of felt like you were, excuse me, in like not a good place in your life kind of energy. And they just kind of sense, and this could be, of course, realize that when we ask, what is someone thinking of me? 99.999% of what they're thinking, it's a reflection of them looking in a mirror. So, when we're looking at what were their thoughts, that's their world. That's on the other side of the scale, right? It's like Libra relationship energy. We know what it looks like on our side of the scale and how we're looking over there, and we're going, I think that's what's going on over there, but it's all about from the perception and perspective of our side of the scale, right? Over there, we don't know what's really going on. We don't know what they're seeing looking back over at us because they're seeing from their perspective of things. And so it's like if they're in a desert and we're in a forest, when we're looking that way, we think they're in a forest. When they're looking this way, because 'cause they're seeing across desert, that you're so far away, they don't see that there's forest. They think you're in desert too, so we always think that we're in the same environment, and we're not. That's interesting, I've never had that come through before. Wow, it makes so much sense. Okay, so, but I feel like from their perspective, they kind of felt like you were it wasn't about they don't feel like it was about them, but they do feel like you were going through some stuff because they were like, "You seem kinda down," or kind of like you're having a challenging life right now, is kind of the underlying energy. But their thoughts of you had the page of air coming in here. So this page of air, page of swords, this is about having that ace of swords, being able to see things from a higher perspective, a different perspective, kind of energy that comes in with that. And, there is a bit of, because this is the mind that we're looking into, but there's this clarity, like they didn't have a whole lot of expectations around you at all. They were just kind of on this adventure just to see what would unfold. There is the 6 of cups, the 6 of water energy, and they felt like there was some sort of connection. This I don't feel like they understood what this is, but the 6 of cups is an energy like past life connection where there's this draw, there's this comfortability, there's this, familiarity that's there, and I feel like that kind of they were just like, "What is this? I don't understand why I'm feeling this draw." And you might have felt this too, right? But you guys do have some past life connections, and, uh, and I feel like there was this energy that was going on during this time too. We had the 8 of Pentacles, as well, and it's like and again, like with this energy, the 5 of Cups with the 8 of Pentacles is like, needing to put in some blood and sweat and tears because we're going through a transformation, like, going through a cocoon, and I feel like they felt you were going through a transformation in your life and that from their perspective that, there was a lot of stuff that was happening on your side. I feel like they were kind of just wanting to see what unfolds, kind of go on an adventure. But I feel like from their perspective, it's like you were stressed and you had a lot of stuff going on in your life, and that stress they felt was kind of leaking over into the relationship of trying to control things. Things needed to be a certain way kind of energy, which made them kind of like, "Well, this isn't, you know, I don't wanna be a caged lion. I don't want to, I want it to flow," and I feel like that's their kind of energy is, "Can we just, just hang out and just see what unfolds," kind of thing. I don't, want, like, to fight over stuff or to, have this it's that kind of energy, right? So I feel like that is this, um kind of where their energy was coming from with that. And let's see what your fortune cookie comes in here. I see your additional donation, so we'll circle back around for that. But I feel like that's kind of where they felt. But again, this is a reflection. So they were stressed out. They were going through. They were putting a lot of pressure on. I don't want this. I don't want that. Kind of energy too, right? Yeah. So we had that pause energy, which makes sense that they're like, slow this down, it feels like in that first month. So you're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back, look at all of the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward. Ooh, I like that. Which is what you're doing. You're kind of scoping things out, right? All right. And we'll get your other one on here. So thank you for that. You'll be number 10 on the donation list. So we'll circle back around in a moment for that. All right, we'll give that a love and a like. So thank you for the additional one there. All right. And I do have Donna. Yep. All right. And then we've got Bon Bon. You are up. So thank you, Bon Bon. Here is your time stamp. And so you've got the Venmo. So let me take a look here. Does that general read anything advice, insight, love life? All right. And then I think then you sent me an email too, right? Okay, yeah, so you put that there. All right. Wow, yeah. A lot of happening all of a sudden, huh? All right. So I do see your email here. So we will take a look and see what we got going on. Take a quick sip here. So cheers, cheers, everybody. All right. April would be number 10 for the second one here. I've just got Bon Bon, and then Chelsea will be up next, and then Jazzy Meg, and then back to you. All right. So thank you for your donation via the Venmo, Bon Bon. And let's take a look here. So wanted a general read, any advice, some insight on love as well. Let's take a look here. So generally, I mean, you are beginning school, needed to leave work, old situationship. So we'll see what we got going on here. So what would they have you know here? What is unfolding here? And then let's take a look at love with the situationship. Do you want these two as well? And this one. All right. All right. So, bottom of the deck here, we start off your overall reading energy is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is an energy of like it's a conflict energy of our mind, which talks about, we have some mindsets, some thoughts and beliefs that cheat us out of opportunities. So it just means there's a good all this is coming up, all this change is coming up to bring things to have you question beliefs so you can be set free from some old limiting mindsets that will allow you to move forward in things. And so, excuse me, whenever you're having that conflict kick in and this feeling like you're pulled in a lot of directions, it's a good time to kind of take a big deep breath, step back, journal, get things out of your head onto paper so you can see them, and then you can kind of sort through why did I want this to happen for me? What mindset is it bringing up that I can be set free from? What's this limiting belief, right? So let's see here for your general read. You got the Page of Swords, Page of Air, and the Messenger of Water, which is the Knight of Cups. So there is some thinking specifically here about relationships with this Messenger of Water. And so limiting beliefs, supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's around what you feel a relationship should be and shouldn't be, who they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to be in a relationship, who you're supposed to be in a relationship, what the relationship's supposed to bring you can get exhausting, right? And I feel like they're wanting you to be able to see here, um, but there's this possibility to see it differently. When we have this long list of expectations of what should happen in a relationship, we live in lack because this is what we expect, this is what we're able to give, and then we're in the minus. This is 0, right? We have to do da, 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 da. Then once it gets to 0, then we can start having abundance, and we live in lack, right? And so that sucks the life out of relationships, and the more we're focusing in on what we think is supposed to happen in a relationship and blah, 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 that's what just diminishes the relationship. When we focus in on the gratitude of what we do have and have had, then a relationship grows. And that's how we have, that's the higher way of looking at relationship energy is as long as I'm focusing on what I love about what's going on, that grows. Because, like, when someone comes to you and says, you know what I love about what you're bringing into this relationship? What? This. And you're like, does that make you want to do that more? Absolutely. And other things too? Hell yeah, right. But if they're coming to you telling you about what you're doing wrong, you're not doing this enough and blah, 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 does that make you wanna do more? No. Maybe in the beginning out of fear, but after a while, you're just like, it's empty and you wanna do less. There's less energy, less natural energy to wanna do something. It's like you have to push yourself to do something instead of, like, being excited about doing more, right? And I feel like that's the kind of energy they want you to know around relationships or situationships or whatever, is if you look at it differently, then there's something that can change with it. You also have, yep, the Lover's card, the 8 of Cups. This is about walking away from relationships and, um, emotions that no longer serve you with the 8 of Cups to prepare you for love. This would be the Lover's card, um, usually there's 2 people on it, not you and an animal. So, we're not into that on this channel. So, but that is the Lover's card, that is about true love, right? And the 8 of Cups comes in to tell you, you can evaluate what are these relationships where you're investing a lot of them, of your emotional energy into them and not getting a whole lot back, right? These are the ones that were, um, kind of losing emotional energy because if our emotional bank is low, our heart won't allow love to come in. It's like we can't afford it. Denied, right? Declined. And so the idea of the 8 of Cups is that we're gonna take steps to build up our emotional bank to where we can have that to give, to someone else, right? And so this, looking at relationships and realizing, how often am I like, I'm giving 70, 80, 90% of the emotion, the energy into a relationship consistently, and the other person's consistently only giving 10, 20, 30. Then that's when to consider, maybe I'll back off to 50%, see if they make up the difference. If they don't, it drifts away, and then you just let it end and you get all of it back. Some you might be just like, "No, that needs to go. I've been doing it forever. Time to," then you get all this emotional energy back. There's a second portion of it too, which is about, we have it takes energy to keep old emotions suppressed. So there's emotional energy being invested in keeping these emotions of like anger and sadness from when you were 7 years old and younger that you were not allowed to feel because if you don't stop your crying, I'll give you something to cry about, or if you keep your tantrum going, I'm gonna give you a whooping, right? Um, and so we're taught, don't feel those things, but they're still charged emotions that weren't allowed to be felt, and they're still charged below the surface, and we have keeping energy to keep it down too. So there's a lot of energy in processing and allowing ourselves to feel old emotions. Doesn't mean you have to act on them, but you can feel the old emotions, can spend time with your inner child, allowing them to express those with you in a safe space. You won't punish them for that. You allow them to cry, you allow them to get angry, and then all that energy comes back, voot, 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 and then once you do that, then that's what opens up, like, love energy to come towards you. So, 2 things, I feel like your general reading, it was really a lot about love energy here as well. But let's see what else we got here. You got the Knight of Wands, one of the fastest moving knights. This is about passion, and spark energy, so I do feel like there is something coming in here. And you got relationship energy here with the Justice card and the scales. You are, you know, wanting to take action, wanting movement. And, I feel like once you do that 8 of Cups, that things will start naturally happening. But that has to happen first, right? Because you do have the Hanged Man, which is, seeing things from a higher perspective, but it is kind of like cocooning, where a caterpillar goes into cocoon to become a butterfly. And during that, with this 8 of Swords, that's where you're like doing a lot of this work because the 7 of Swords, of course, prequel to the 8. The 8 of Swords is where you are releasing long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small as well. So you do have a little bit of time here for that. And this, as you're doing this, this inner work, a lot of times our mindsets are applied to everything across our life. Work, school, relationships with humans, our jobs, our careers, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. Usually a mindset just kind of blankets everything, because it's like, this has to happen. It should be, need to be, have to be, must be. We've got all these all over the place. And as we begin to question and release ourselves, we realize these are old stories that we were taught about what everyone else opinion was supposed to be, but you're discovering a lot of what you want and not just what everyone else wants. Yeah, because you're ready here. You're ready for this movement. You have the full card, which is the zero card. This is about, letting go of, expectations. The full card is like a child. World full of possibilities. No, supposed to be, should be, need to be. No, 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 no. It's all about abundance. It's all about adventure energy. And that's where this victory comes in. That's where this equal passion comes in later. And you do have someone that's very compatible coming up here with the King of Cups. King of Cups is a beautiful balance between head and heart. And you do have someone that's up there and, like this situationship, this doesn't feel like, that kind of energy. That kind of feels like settling. Um, and and it feels like you invest a lot of more energy into it than they do. And I feel like that's one of the ones with that 8 of Cups possibly to say, "Okay, well, you know, is this something that I wanna invest my energy in?" Or, it's kinda like budgeting your emotional bank. What do you want to invest your energy in? And are you willing to delay meeting this beautiful compatible person in the future by spending time on this other energy? Or am I, going to spend my time releasing these old emotions and that so my emotional bank comes up and that'll speed up me meeting them, right? So I like that. So that's what they got for you. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too, right? Yeah. This is the one that came out for you here. You got "As I rest in the sacred womb, I heal." This is number 29. There is this energy here, of, like that cocoon, the womb, right? So it says, "The sacred womb, the first source of nourishment and healing, is where all life is born. This is the place we can return to when we need healing. There is a comforting and sacred womb within and around you to lean back on. Sometimes words or actions can't alleviate our pain, grief, or suffering. We need an unconditional, warm, and loving embrace that is accepting and loving. Sometimes we can't find this in others around us, and we need to return to the source of the whole universe, the nourishing void, to rest. Curling up here gives you the space to accept and receive divine healing and grace. There needs to be faith and hope to release into this womb completely. Let yourself be everything and nothing at all in this space. Release the need to do and give and be open and receive. Cry into this space. Let your rage come out. That's what we were talking about, right? Letting your inner child cry, letting your inner child be angry. So cry into this space. Let your rage come out. Express anger and grief, and let this embrace take care of the healing and transformation. Well, there you go. So resting in the womb, they give you 6 steps. Well, number 1, create a space on your bed or sofa with soft cushions and blankets, and immerse your senses with fragrant oils that nourish you. 2, light candles and turn off artificial lights. 3, put away screens and devices and turn on a playlist of your favorite healing music. 4, use any flowers that resonate with you and surround this womb with them. 5, use any crystals or other items that you feel called to. And 6, then rest, receive, and just be in this space, letting this space hold your emotions. Wow. This is all about filling up your emotional bank right now. Symbols on here on the card here, we got lilies, which represent higher consciousness. The inverted triangle is the Shakti, the source of creation, the feminine principle. And then the rose, which represents heart and womb connection. So I like that sitting in that energy. So that is what they've got for you. Hopefully that helps Bon for now. But I feel like that is the most important thing for your adventure right now. You're very welcome. Thank you again for your donation, and good luck on school. Yeehaw! Woohoo! Let the adventure begin. All right. So many, many blessings to you. Mm. All right. So let us get back in here. So the heater, hello, hello. Good to see you. I did get your donation via the PayPal. So thank you so much for that. And I think your question is in there too. It sure is. So thank you. Did I tell you you're number 11? You are number 11 if I didn't. All right. So I think we are all good everywhere else. Let me take a quick sip here. We got Chelsea up next. So Chelsea, cheers, cheers. There you are. Hello, hello. I was just about to say, I don't think I have your ID. I didn't, but now I do. So thank you. And you do have it. I was thinking you have your last name out there, but I was like, I don't want to put it out there if you don't. So hello. All right. So Chelsea, you're at 153 even. I like it. Very nice and even. Thank you for your donation. And let's see. We did that. So make sure I didn't skip anything. All right. And then here is your. So we got $5 each for 2 questions. All right. Let's take a look here. See what we got going on here. All right. So for number 1, so let's see here. This is about mom. So we'll take a look and see what we got here. I do got to this one and this one. I do want that one. I do want this one and this one. I want that one too. All right. All right, what do we have underneath here? So, would it help you get approved? We have the 4 of Pentacles, which is home energy, the 4 walls of the outside world. So definitely that's the underlying energy that's coming in here. Um, I feel a lot of positive energy here, but also some conflicting energy, which I feel like you get already because 'cause we've got the World card, which is a victory card, an ending of a cycle, beginning of a new adventure. Right before that, that's the last card. Card number 4 is the 10 of fire, the 10 of wands, which can be a victory energy and abundance, also can be a burden energy. Um, so I feel like there's things that unfold that can feel like, you know, this kind of uh energy because we've got the first card word was the Hierophant, and then we also have the 5 of Swords energy that comes in here, which represents kind of again fives conflicting energy, some change energy. We have the Ace of Swords too, which is clarity that comes in here. um yeah, right. Yeah. So I feel like there's a little bit of conflict stuff that comes in um so I feel like if she would agree that it could here in the end, but the underlying energy we have the Leo strength card energy as well. I feel like there would be, uh, it's almost like there's resistance, like, from mom. Yeah. Or there's some sort of conflict when it comes to mom and the credit stuff. It's almost like it opens up a can of worms with her because I don't feel like she's checked on her credit, and she finds out there's something else on it, right? Yeah. And that's the kind of, conflict I mean, that it's like, and then she's like, "What is this? What is this on here? What?" And then, you know and, like, if it's not enough, then she feels bad, and, there's the kind of energy that comes in here. But, um, this world card, I don't know, I mean, I do feel here let me just get a clarity because this world card feels like a victory. What's the victory then? Um What is this here? We've got the 6 of Wands, we've got the Moon, so we got Mother Moon, Victory, Ace of Cups energy. I feel like I mean, we've got all the because so Mother Moon, Moon energy. We got the 6 of Wands in the middle, which is victory. The Ace of Cups is happy, happy energy. Um, so, I mean, I feel like that having a cosigner that they're using the credit and they're looking at the stability of payments and those kind of things. So the combination between the 2, it feels like it can go in here, but it does bring in I'm like, it does bring in a little bit of conflict, uh, of something with mom here with that Hierophant and the 5 of Swords, you know? I feel like there's something here because this Ace of Swords is it brings something to light that, um, wasn't seen before, and I feel like it's more involves her, uh, than you. But, in the end, what you're wanting to know is the victory energy, and I really feel like with this, especially getting that clarity, all those are great cards. The Moon card is the unseen being revealed again, right? Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Um, so that would be a conflict then. Because um, that would be the hidden and unseen thing that could come to light, right? Um, yeah, but because I feel like, um because I feel like that does create a conflict with her bankruptcy. Yeah. But, I mean, it creates a conflict for her because now she is legally obligated to something else, and that can impact it depends on what kind of bankruptcy and your course, your laws in there, but, so it can be like they have to add something on saying that, that can't be included in the bankruptcy. So that'll cause, like, a conflict because if we have to be honest, because I feel like one of the things they fill out, have you declared bankruptcy or are you in the process of declaring bankruptcy? I feel like that's something on, like, forms because, that can impact, where they have to have it sometimes on bankruptcies, there's a form they have to put that this cannot be included in the bankruptcy, um, kind of energy. So I feel like that there is there. I feel like that makes sense with the conflict with your mom then, because that is something that, um, you have to specify what will not be included, any financial obligations you may have, etc. So she might wanna if you guys go through with her, you might just wanna have her contact her bankruptcy attorney first. No surprises, because if that's gonna kinda screw up her process, then that might be like a or wait till afterwards, and then see if would that impact your others, right? But so that makes sense about that there's something going on there, right? Yeah, and you can rewind as well. Um, so even though you lost service, I'm still going live. You can probably back up and hear it too. Um, right, friction with her bankruptcy, and then if her lawyer says, no bankruptcy, well, no, no, this is going to mess it up. And then if you wait, then the bankruptcy might affect the approval process later, right? Okay, good. Okay. All right. And then for the second portion here, would your brother help you? All right, let's take a look here and see bro's energy here based on their current energies, of course. I do want that one, and I do want this one here. All right, what do we have here? It's interesting because the bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Swords, which is kind of, you know, in between here, right? Yeah. So kind of like on this crossroads, right? We got the Messenger of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles, slow moving, slow, like, I don't know, let me think about it. Well, like, I don't feel like they're wanting to make a decision right away. They have this Tower card, so there is this, the fear of you suddenly, you know, something suddenly happening and then them being held, an obligation kind of energy. Um, they've got the calling card here, with this, seeing things from a higher perspective. They're pulling like they want to kind of energy, but they have the Eight of Cups is also about, here's that walking away from relationships that don't serve energy that comes in, um, and they have the Queen of Water, which I feel like they're saying, "Did you ask mom?" Maybe maybe mom's a better route to go. I I do feel hesitancy here with this energy. Um, it's like their heart is willing, but their mind is not, and I feel like that's the Two of Air too. The Two of Swords is this conflict between their head and their heart, kind of energy, and, um, so I just feel like there's something here, you know, a lot of this, m and this may not be directed at you specifically, but with the Eight of Cups and the Tower card, there's, like, this fear that they will be abandoned and that they'll be left behind and then they're screwed kind of energy, and that could go back to their childhood too. Yeah. So, it's kinda like this, uh, you know, I don't know. Let me see. I just wanna get some clarity on those here just real quick. So, we got the Eight of Wands here. Yeah, here's that speed energy, like something suddenly coming in like the Tower card. What if something happens? Then we're held responsible for it, yeah. We got the Justice card. Yeah, there's something about court system here, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I don't know why they see you as, um I don't know why they have this sense of unpredictability, right? Yeah. But, you know, this stuff can change, right? And I know that I need to move energy, that's Queen of Wands. You know, I I I I don't I'm not getting a clear answer on them here. I feel like they have a lot of I feel like they would need to take their time here with that Knight of Pentacles, but they do have concerns and they are conflicted between their head and their heart. Their heart is, I wanna help you, but their mind is, we're scared, energy that comes in with that, as well. Um Yeah, I feel like, um, you know oh, and that's true. You're like, "Well, between the eyes, right? Yeah, you're right. I did." So, um, he ain't wrong. And it's like, yeah. So I kind of feel like maybe brother, you know, but, of course, going back to the energy of I need to move, that's a lack energy, right? I want it's and I know we've got all these mindsets of I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't want this, I don't like this, but changing and sincerely moving into gratitude can help as well, right? Yeah. So, there is this, what am I grateful for? Yeah, and there's that energy of what they didn't do. So there's this didn't do energy you're in right now, right? Like he didn't do this. I'm not getting this. I need to move. This isn't working out. This isn't happening. This isn't happening. It's like it feels like there could be a good refreshment here of moving into gratitude of what are you grateful for? Of yourself, of your brother, of your mother, of life, of what do you love about where you're living and where you have lived? And switching that energy can open up new conduits because right now it feels like there's this heaviness that's having there, right? Um, your fortune cookie here says, I take the path of love and devotion. Let's see what this brings in here too. Let's see if it brings in some wisdom. Says the path of the heart is direct and easeful, creating a direct communion with the divine in life. Living in devotion is giving everything up to God and letting the love flow seamlessly between and within you. Devotion is love, and love is devotion. So, when in the state of devotion, any little things we do for a higher cause. Says when you live in devotion, all you do is created from and through the heart. To live in devotion is to release the ego, the fruits of your actions, and the need to control outcomes. When residing in devotion to yourself, others, and the divine, you fill your heart with love that is always present. So, what is devotion to you? How can you be and live more devotionally? It is said that devotion is the fastest way to enlightenment and connection to God. This is why chanting, singing, and playing instruments are devotional practices. When it comes from a place of unconditional love and trust, it is healing and enlightening. Some devotional practices: create daily and weekly rituals that connect you with your heart and the divine. For example, write devotional words, text, and poems to the divine from your heart. This creates a direct and loving relation to the divine. Chant, sing, dance, or and move in devotion, giving your energy to the highest of highest. Devote your cooking, plant care, and other daily routines you do to something higher. And fourth is visit sacred places and nature and connect with the divine essence. So on here, we've got the hibiscus plant, which is about the divine feminine. And then we also have the dahlia flower, which is unity. So, right, need to control outcomes equals me to a T, right? And that's fear, right? That's our need to control is because we're feeling out of control. And there is something about you know, giving up control and surrendering. And that's where when we step into gratitude, as much as we can so that we can um, draw in instead of push things away, right? Because the more we are in this, I got to get out of here. I'm not grateful for where I am and what I do have. I'm focusing on what I don't have. And that brings in our energy is drawing that in. And there is a wonderful transformational energy that can come in and do that, and that could be why you're experiencing this right here, right now with this apartment is to bring this up for you to release you from something that's been bubbling below the surface for a long time that's going to set yourself free, that's going to open you up to a whole bunch of other things that this is just like the little as well, right? Yeah. Yeah, so the not energy is bringing you more not energy, right? All right, but that's what they got for you, my dear. So hopefully that helps in making your decision there. But hang in there. I know you're like, well, let's see, what kind of pet eats roaches, right? An iguana, maybe get an iguana. I'm gonna buy a pet iguana, and this is gonna live around, right? All right. So that's what they got for you, my dear. So hang in there. You crack me up. All right, and we got AKA in the house. Absolutely, I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. AKA, you'll be number 21 on the free reading list. And I think that is it. So we will move on here to Jazzy Meg. You're up 21222. Look at all those twos. There is your timestamp there. All right. You want to know his thoughts of the dinner pic that you posted sitting across from the man last evening. So cheers, cheers. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. So his thoughts of the dinner pic. What can we know? What's going on in the mind of the other man? Let's see here. Let's see, and I do want this one. I do want this one too. All right. Okay. So, bottom of the deck, we do have the 7 of cups, 7 of waters, they call it here. A lot of mixed emotions with the 7 of cups below the surface. So, they're just, you know, a lot of different emotions. It's not just feeling one way, all these different ones that are coming in. Obviously, that's what we're going to talk about now, but that does represent their overall energies. Excuse me, we got the 10 of earth, the 10 of pentacles, and the hermit. And I feel like, the hermit energy, of course, it feels like that's the energy they're in right now, kind of this internal reflection energy. It did bring up, it kind of ignited their thoughts about relationships. Not necessarily, it doesn't feel like it was like to you specifically, but this energy of like about relationships, because when they saw you sitting across from someone and dating, it's kind of they kind of went into this firestorm a little bit, this 5 of wands, which is this conflict between their head and their heart, and it's almost like relationships equal drama, for them in this moment, because it's fire energy, right? That's coming in here. Um, and and you know, I just feel like that's the frame around what they're putting around relationships, just that there's relationships equal drama, and, you know, but then they brought in this, you have the Knight of Cups, which is romance and emotional movement, and, and then the Chariot card is the moon behind the scenes, which is a lot of emotional energy too, but it's the power of, I feel like this is what they thought, good for you. I hope you find someone that can be this romantic person for you and give you what you're wanting with this Messenger of Cups, uh, Knight of Cups, and the Chariot card, because that's a victory. It's a lot of action, movement energy, power of choice energy, And again, I feel like there is this energy of, I made a choice, and I feel like you're making a choice. This is like their energy, that, you're making a choice, and that's good for you. I hope you find someone that can bring you that love you're looking for, that romance, because I feel like they're like in their current state, right? And you feel like they are going through drama with someone right now. That would make sense. Though the hermit feels like they're kind of feeling like they're single, they're on their own, they're because this hermit almost feels like I'm alone in a cave, right? Contemplating relationships. That could be why they have that 7 of cups too. There's all these emotions all over the place, bringing up their own relationships in general, what happened between the 2 of you, and then also there's this side of them that's also, I'm the one that did this, and I hope that you are happy and you hope you're happy, because all this other stuff that's going on, fire energy that's coming in here. But it didn't feel like it just does feel like it just kind of reflected on some stuff that's already going on with them with this hermit card, because I do feel like they're kind of stepped back, looking into and understanding what's going on with them there. Yeah, even under the 7 of water, we got the high priestess. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got the high priestess and the queen of pentacles, which is mother nature, mother nurture. High priestess is standing back, looking at things from a higher perspective, trying to understand ourselves, dive deeper. So it does feel like they're doing a bit of reflective stuff right now as well. Um, but I do feel like if they've started seeing someone or doing something, I just don't feel like it's drama, energy, just affirming their belief on what relationships are. It just feels like it's reinforcing that. So interesting. For your piece of spiritual cake, since we just finished up using the law of positivism, we're moving on to Moonology Manifestation Oracle by Yasmin Boland. So you get one of these. So let's see what the Moonology has to say as well. You got the last quarter moon in Taurus. Yeah, I love this. Be proud of yourself. Taurus, that, rules over, is ruled by Venus, the planet and goddess of love and the senses, So let's see here. Last quarter moon. Oh, this will be back here. Last quarter moon in Taurus. So that'll be right after Aries here. All right. Says, do you really believe in you? No one is perfect, but you need to believe in yourself and what you have to offer. Be proud of yourself. You came to the earth with a purpose to fulfill. So, drawing this card suggests that there are a lot of unresolved self worth questions that need to be answered before you can start to create the life you know is waiting for you. Being real is the key here. Don't pretend for appearances' sake. You're more than allowed and encouraged to be your real self. The manifesting mix says, in an age where people pretend to lead a perfect life, there's nothing more impressive than true authenticity. The manifesting mindset says, don't compare yourself to anyone else. Instead, start to recognize your own talents and assets. The manifesting magic says, these these crystals work especially for the sign of Taurus. It's Labrador light, green fluorite, garnet, red jasper, honey calcite, or peach or yellow moonstone. Says choose one and hold it while you meditate, visualizing a bright blue light swirling around you. Alternatively, keep your crystal close by you as you work through your situation, or use 5 or 6 to make a crystal grid, or to stone anyone that's pissing you off. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't say that last part. Use the crystals. Don't use crystals that way. Your manifesting affirmation says, I am a unique and beautiful soul. So I love that. It says, when to manifest your magic. It says the best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Taurus or on a Friday, because that's Venus's day, or do during Venus's hour, which Venus's hour is. It says see page 16. Oh, there's a whole process. We won't worry about that. So I like that. In the last quarter, moon in Taurus takes place when the sun is in Leo and the moon is in Taurus. It knows that all that glitters isn't necessarily gold. I like that. What a great card for you. So that's what they got for you, my dear. Hopefully that helps. You're very welcome. All right. So let me catch up on the chat here and we will get in here. So Maria P, I see, whoops, I see your free reading here. So we'll get that. You'll be number 22 on the free reading list there. And then I did get to PayPal here. All right. So thank you so much. We'll get you here. You'll be number 12 and number 13 on the donations there, Maria P. Those are from you. So thank you so much. All right. I think we are good. All right. And then April, we're circling back around 222.47. So April, here is yours. And so thank you for your dual donations. I am very grateful. Let's refresh the cards here and we'll find out how would Beza react if you reached out to her. All right, let's take a look here. Based on their current energies, and I do want this one, and I do want this one. All right. Doesn't look bad here. We have on the bottom of the deck the Six of Air, the Six of Swords. That is an energy of moving from choppy waters to calmer waters, kind of letting some old ways of thinking going, seeing it from different perspective, which allows movement kind of energy. So it's like a smoother movement flow, like the conversation would flow, it feels. The three cards I got for your the actual reading itself, King of Fire, King of Wands energy. It is a little bit of a uncertainty. It's a like they have fire, but they don't act on the fire. You know, they're not jumping at something, you know, they're taking their time with it here. We got the Two of Pentacles, which is a very balancing energy, power of choice in the physical world. And then with the Hanged Man too, which is another pausing energy, trying to see things from a different perspective and just see what kind of unfolds and flows from here. It feels like they wouldn't actually like react in a reactionary fiery mode, but it would be more responsive. Like it feels like it would um go smoothly, but very balanced and not rushing into anything. It would be a conversation. Like, no decisions would be made during that. It would be if there was anything, it would be, "Let me think about it. Let's just see how this goes." You know, "I'd like to talk more later," you know, "Let's just, take it easy," kind of energy. I feel like that's kinda where they're in this little balanced kind of place in their life right now, and they don't wanna upset the balance. Um, but I feel like there's also, a good conversation and it feels like there's slow movement on something that could happen, so I feel like that's kind of the energy that's around the conversation there, so, um, doesn't seem horrible. It doesn't feel like, "Oh my god," you're like, "I in love with you. I'm so glad you called me," it's not that kind of energy. It's like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on? How are you? Tell me what's happening?" Yeah, we got let it go as your fortune cookie. You're like, "Oh, well, maybe." It says you're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. So I like that. So some good energy. So hopefully that helps, April. That is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we got the heater. You are up. Thank you so much for your donation via the PayPal, I do believe. Yes, here it is. All right. So I'm gonna take a quick sip here. So cheers, cheers to you. All right. So we got a love relationship reading, right? Let's see what we've got going on here. Hey, cheers, cheers. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I don't know why. I was trying to think of the 007, but I kept on hearing the Mission Impossible theme. What is that about? Dun, 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 dun. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, no mission is impossible, right? So you're like, this is your new approach to your love and relationships is this is the mission and I'm choosing to accept it. There's no mission that's impossible. That's funny. So let's see here. What do we have here for love and relationship energy? And nope, I don't want that one. I do want this one here. I do want this one here. Is that it? All right. So I don't feel like you're in a relationship right now. Um, if you are, it's time to get out of it. Yeah, it feels like it feels like you're in transformation because you got the full card, which this talks about a new adventure, someone you don't know and you've never known, fresh start. Um, there is this energy of no exes from the past, no pining for anyone from the past. There's this big relationship freedom energy, free of expectations, full of possibilities. That's it. That's hilarious. Because Mission Impossible, this is full of possibilities. It's one of the words I use for that. That's hilarious. I love spirit. Because underneath that, we got the hermit, which is being in your hermity cave, and you had the death and rebirth transformation. So you're in the cocoon, you're transforming right now, ready to, birth out as a butterfly, right? Kind of energy that's coming in. So I like that. I like that energy there for you. Three major arcana on the bottom of the deck. So, the flow beneath it all. So let's see what they have going on here. Obviously, you're in this solitude in this. You've been doing a lot of inner work because you're letting go of a lot of expectations of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be around relationships, who they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to bring into a relationship, how a relationship is supposed to start and progress and end up, and what it's supposed to bring into towards you and who you're supposed to be in it. It's exhausting, right? There's a lot of that you've been letting go of, and the freedom that comes from being able to, instead of judge an interaction with someone against these expectations of relationship. We can go on an adventure and be grateful for everything that is going on, and it just is this beautiful organic relationship that grows instead of feeling behind, trying to work our way up to 0, which we can't get up to. These expectations are so high, we're always in the negative, we always feel like we're behind in the negative numbers trying to get it up to 0, which by the time we get there, we're exhausted. So there's this change of approach that you're having with relationships, right? All right, so that's the bottom of the deck, and then your first 2 cards, yes, 10 of Cups, King of Pentacles. Yeah, and this has been a big change that you've been looking at. 10 of Cups, this is the happy, happy, happy relationship energy. The King of Pentacles, King of Earth, one of the big things they learn and grow through is realizing that when they were defining their worth and attaching their worth to the 3 buckets of the outside world, which are relationships, situations, and things, that they felt unstable because all those things are unstable. Like relationships, which we're talking about, people change, people walk away, people pass away. If we define ourselves by them, then when any of that changes, we feel unstable. And so the stability comes in, all those things as situations being unstable, like jobs, education, social status, none of that stays the same. And things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down. All those 3 buckets are unstable, so they all end up pointing us back to ourselves eventually, where we go inward and upward, and we find the only stable thing in this entire planet, right? Which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms, and it's like, when we anchor in on that, that's solid, right? Eternal, very solid, never ends, right? Unconditional, nothing I have to do to earn it, nothing I can do to lose it. Unconditional, not even one condition. Solid. When we have our foundation of our worth in that, then the outside world changes from a place of lacking and falling short to something abundant and overflowing instead. So that's how we find a happy relationship, because we start with a happy relationship with ourself, which is what you're doing with this hermit energy, filling up and overflowing, then you're able to draw on this relationship that matches that energy instead of doing what we always did and getting what we always got, right? So I like that for you. And then these 3 cards came out together. You got the 10 of air, the 10 of swords, which is letting go of expectations. Like, I'm sick and tired of trying to live up to all these expectations and trying to get other people to live up to mine. I'm freeing myself, and at the same time, I'm freeing everyone else. And what comes in after that? The devil card, temptation, Capricorn Saturn energy, which is all about the shaking and the rattling of the cage of long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations ready to be released. So all of this is coming in here. You have the Knight of Wands, which you've been on this quest of your power, really finding these thoughts and beliefs that have been restricting your power, because instead of focusing in on everything that you are and you love about yourself and others and relationships and everything else in your life, we were focusing on what wasn't happening. And this big change and transformation that happens with all of that, the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving. So the more we get rid of those things, it's like a hot air balloon. All these expectations are like the sandbags or the ropes that keep us, connected to the ground or low altitude. And as you clip those off, you rise and you rise and you rise and you rise. And that's where you're going to meet that higher vibrational relationship is up there. Beneath that, we have one card, the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But also, there's this energy of that it in the midst of the growth, we decide, that's not what I want anymore, and I'm making a change. And that's kind of what all this is that happening is because as a caterpillar, you're like, I like caterpillar things. I'm interested in people who are into leaves and eating leaves and long walks on the forest floor that take forever. That's my thing as a caterpillar. But as you evolve and you're going through this cocoon, as a butterfly, you come out of the cocoon going, ew, leaves? I don't into that anymore. I'm into nectar and blossoms, and I'm into flying high above, going over raging rivers and going on 1,000-mile migrations. The caterpillar is like, "I can't do that." And you're like, "I know." So I'm not looking for caterpillars anymore. I'm looking for butterflies, right? And that's leading this, goes into these 3 cards. Yeah. Because you're looking for something with this Page of Water, Page of Cups is something of higher love, not the lower love, not what we've had before. Um, And I like this because you have the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords. This is the perfect compatible person who you're looking for, someone who's very balanced in their emotions, but not so in their head that they don't know what an emotion is. They're really good at communicating their emotions, and there's also, they're not, uh, they have cups behind the scenes, but they're not so emotional that they're emotionally unstable. Beautiful, balanced energy that this is leading you towards, and this is all about the compatibility of you're looking for a butterfly now, not what you looked for before, which was a caterpillar, because 'cause you've changed. So your energy doesn't match to those anymore. You have the strength card, you got this Leo, energy. So I do feel like we're kinda moving into talking a little bit here about the future individual, and they have got this Leo energy, which is means they're very attractive to you because they have this energy. Leos have this energy that just draws people to them. Beautiful, usually, wonderful hair and, like a lion's mane, right? But they usually have good hair and, just they're very this attraction, right? So you've got this mental, emotional, and physical energetic attraction that comes in with someone that's coming up. Feels like there's usually one that's missing in your past relationships out of the 3, you know, probably the mental connection, right? The ability to communicate that's coming in, right? But, usually there's maybe some emotion, some of them can't give emotion, but, fire, passion, energy, but there's like a combination of all 3 that come in here, right? So I like this for you here, leading you to these last 2 cards. Yeah, I like this because again, they are out there, this emperor, and you're an empress, that deserves an emperor, not a king or a knight or a page. You deserve an emperor, and the emperor is in the process too, transformation with this 8 of pentacles. That's like the hanged man in a way. Did you get the hanged man? No, you got the actual transformation death card. But the 8 of Pentacles is about someone that's going through their own transformation, letting go of the old that doesn't serve them, moving in from caterpillar to butterfly. So they're also in a cocoon, transforming. And I feel like this relationship that will come down that's worth waiting for, is going to be this wonderful, um, like I feel like you both have been through significant transformations where this is both new for both of you and you're kind of just figuring it out. Like this is new and different and wow, imagine this. Not no argument. We just talked about it and we got resolution and we found a compromise on what was good for both of us. What the hell is that? And you guys are like, yeah, what? Oh my god, ooh, spooky, I like it. But I feel like it is new for both of you, and I like it. I like that energy there. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too with the Moonology. Okay, this one here. And you have the first quarter moon in Aries. Step into your power. That's what we're doing, right? Beautiful energy there. Let's see what that brings in. So first quarter, that'll be after the new moon. Oh, in Aries, so it'd be the first one. So something is holding you back from racing towards your next goal. Achieving anything is nearly always part inspiration and part hard work. Believe that you can create whatever you want. Be you. Take action and be smart, but also be bold. Don't allow inhibitions or others' restrictions to hold you back. Be systematic, but also allow yourself to get excited about what you want. And if someone seems to be working against you now, deal with your emotions as calmly as you can. The manifesting mix says this card represents a mix of having the courage to chase your goals, no matter what anyone else says, while still planning and being strategic. The manifesting mindset says whatever you're doing right now, remember that as well as passion, I'm sorry, that as well as passion, you need a plan. That's the way to overcome any obstacles, which I feel like is what you're doing. You're consciously releasing old mindsets and things that don't serve you right. To tune in to your manifesting powers, the solar plexus chakra is where you store your courage and confidence to seek out the life that you're dreaming of. It's found a little above your navel and is bright yellow in color. So imagine this card, with your solar plexus and visualize yourself in a column of yellow light from the highest source. Call in the energies with these words. You can say, energies of the first quarter moon in Aries, thank you for giving me confidence I need to chase my dreams. So, the best time to work your magic with this is when the moon is in Aries, uh, also on a Tuesday, which is Mars Day, which rules over Aries, or during, and then Mars hours, we don't know. The first quarter moon in Aries takes place when the sun is in Capricorn and the moon is in Aries. It knows that a steady pace is as important as inner fire. I like that. So wonderful energies. In fact, the moon in Aries, I think we have a full moon in Pisces next Thursday, Friday. So we'll start over. The moon in Aries will be the weekend, probably the weekend, sun, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It'll be around there. So you got the Aries moon coming up here for you really quick too. So hopefully that helps very much. The heater. Many blessings to you. Proud of you for all that inner work you're doing. Celebrate, right? You are very welcome. Thank you again so much for your donation and many blessings to you. All right. We will keep going here. We got two from Maria P coming up. We got 24318 is for your first one here, Maria. Boom, boom. And that'll be this one here. Scroll, scroll. All right. Take a quick sip here. We're going to talk about Wally. All right. Cheers, cheers. All right. So Wally's thoughts and feelings towards you today came flying out here. All right. Oh, and then what's coming for you this week, and then a message from Wally. All right. All right. So we've got the six of air here, the six of swords. Six of swords, the bottom energy on the bottom of the deck. That is about moving from choppy waters to calmer waters, letting some old ways of thinking go. It's like there's this smooth communication that's going on. And they do want to use the word smooth for a reason. I don't know why, but that's there. Thought Wally's thoughts and feelings towards you today, right now. Got the five of earth, the five of pentacles. That's that energy we get, which the fear of abandonment, the fear of being left behind, being left out in the cold, not being enough, not having enough, right? Which we understand why that's there. And again, I kind of feel like what we were talking about last night. He has this feeling that he's not secure in that this taking him back is going to last for long. What's coming for you guys this week? You've got clarity with the page of swords, some heightened talk, and with that six of swords on the bottom, it makes sense that there's going to be a lot of um, like heightened, clear conversations. Because I feel like you're at a place now, you don't care. You're like, I'm going to ask the tough questions. I'm taking the communication up to a new level of, you know, what aren't you able to give me? What aren't are you willing to do this? Are you willing to do that? Da, da, da. I feel like you're taking him through the ringer and saying, "You wanna be back with me? Well, this is the things," right? And I feel like now's the time to do it, right? I mean, to see, are you capable of doing these things? Because this is what I require, in a relationship. This is the stuff that I want. I want more communication, I want more time, I want this, I want that, and I want you out of that house by the end of the year, or whatever. If you wanna be with me, then you're gonna be with me. I like that boldness that's coming through here. Because the message from Wally with the 7 of Swords, this is, "I'm not telling you the whole truth." 7 of Swords is the deceiver, deception, you know, not so much a liar or a cheater energy, which it can be, but I don't feel like that for this. I feel like their message to you is, "I don't tell you the whole truth because you get upset when I tell you the whole truth. I don't wanna lose you, so I keep things from you." And I feel like that matches what you have with that energy, with what you feel from them, right? That there are some things they'll leave you with an impression, so it's important. I feel like they won't lie to you, like, if you outright ask them a question directly, they will give you the answer, but if you don't make your question specific enough, they'll answer your question, and sometimes they'll just not give you more, knowing kind of the intention of why you're asking, but they'll answer your question because they know if they give you more, that's gonna upset you, and again, this fear of being abandoned, comes in there. So, I feel like that's important to know there, right? So, use your inquisitive, conversation skills. Be a lawyer, ask them those direct questions. Right, your fortune cookie for this one is reassess, which says, "You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what brings you joy and who and what don't. It's time for some life cleanup." Okay, there's nothing else I can add to that. All right, so that's for that one, Maria. And then let us go into your second one here. We got 24838 here for you. There we are. All right. And then this one here. All right. So work for you this week. Okay. And then what's coming for work this week? And then you see, you have one card remaining. So Paul's thoughts on you today and what's coming. So we'll just combine those together. What can we find out here? This one? All right. Oh, they did give you two. Look at, they're so generous. I like it. All right. Yeah, bottom of the deck, you do have the Eight of Pentacles, which is all about transformation energy. It's a caterpillar, you're letting go of things out of your life to become the butterfly, right? So there is this transformational energy that's coming in for work and Paul, all this. There is this, energy, right? Work for you this week. You do have the Two of Wands, the Two of Fire, which is about like there's a lot of opportunity for things that can unflow and come in here. Even your what's coming is the 10 of Wands, 10 of Fire. Fire and Wands are all about possibility. And the Two of Wands is like whatever you choose this week, it's very uh your week unfolds by what you're choosing to come in. There's a lot of different opportunities. It just feels here, and this makes sense with we're right in the middle of eclipse season, so there's a lot of this energy of all this stuff, all this change possibilities in it, and there's so much day to day. Wherever you're focusing your energy is where you'll end up, and you have this possibility of the 10 of Wands to end up in burden or to end up in abundance. So it feels like they're saying here for this week, it always is important, but this week especially, it's like everything is amplified with a Pisces lunar um, full moon on Thursday night going into Friday morning. It's like 12:15 a.m. Friday morning Eastern Standard Time, so wherever you're at in your time zones, but it's like late at night on Thursday night into Friday morning. Um, Expansive emotional energy just blowing things out of the water, and it feels like a very, again, it can have fire can burn down a forest, or it could, fuel a steam engine that is powerful and can, be very constructive and very beneficial and abundant. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in here is this kind of week. It can go really one way or it can go really another way. A lot of possibilities here for you. So the more you can focus every day as much as you can on gratitude, unconditional love, joy, laughter, play, the bigger the outcome. The more we focus in on lack, need, want, fear, expectation energy, the more we suck the life out of things, right? And we draw in stuff that matches lack. So I like this power for you this week. That's for work. And then Paul's, and it can really be in any area of your life, really, but especially work, it feels like. And then Paul's thoughts on you today. Didn't we get like the sun again? Didn't we get this like three times already when we asked about Paul's thoughts on you? Here's that fire, a lot of passion energy that's coming in here for you. Like there's a bright light. I feel like there's a lot of that draw. They just feel like you're this warmth, this glow. But it is a lot of fire, passion energy that's there. What's coming for you guys? They did give you the Three of Swords, which is expectations equal disappointment, right? So I feel like it's kind of like the same old, these guys that you draw in towards you, and you're just like, no, why do I keep drawing the same type of, guy that comes in that wants so much and gives so little, right? Or they promise and they give it in the beginning, but then they fizzle out quickly, in the end. And I feel like that energy there for you, it's good reflection to find out, how do you do that for yourself, right? Because that's what this is all about. This energy of awareness around it all, right? So I feel like that's what's coming in here. You got, of course, you got the patience card for your fortune cookie that says, "You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience, it'll eventually work out. It'll eventually work itself out." Because I feel like if you have patience, you are going to see things and be like, oh, yeah, this is why this isn't happening, or why that didn't unfold, because it was saving me from something, right? So hopefully that helps, my dear. That is what they have for you. So thank you again for your donations. I'm very grateful. And that actually is the donations we have for tonight. So we will dive into the free readings. Let's see, I've got 22. All right. So we will jump in and see what we got going on in the world here. So Debbie, oh, you're up 254, 37. That's for your first, I mean, not your first one, but for your donation. Now for your free reading. Oh my God. Let's see what we got here. What does Spirit wants you to know today, my friend? Move along, move along. We got the Ten of Waters. Yeah, I like this. You got this for your happy, happy relationship earlier. I like this Ten of Cups, this happy Buddha. And Ten of Cups, is not just relationship energy, but it's about the fullness of life. And the Nine of Cups that comes before it sometimes is known as the dream come true energy, but it also talks about our self-love. How we get to the Ten of Cups is we go to the Nine of Cups first, which is the nine is the hermit's journey, your nine energy, right? Turning inward, finding the self-love. And then when we fill up and overflow, that's when we experience the fullness of love. Because otherwise, if we're looking that they're going to make me happy out there, we're going to experience disappointment because we know happiness is an inside job. No one can do that for us. We can only do that for ourselves, and we can't do that to anybody else. Now, like one of the a friend of mine, when they met their boyfriend, we went I remember because I can picture it in my head because he came to pick me up to go to dinner, and I was like, "So what's going on in your life?" And he was like, "I met someone." I'm like, "Oh, do tell, do tell." You know? And he was like, "All I can say is that they make it easier for me to choose to have a happy life." And I'm like, "Well said." You know, I love that because it was like, that is what we can do for each other. I can't make you happy, but I can make it an easier choice for you to be happy. But ultimately, we're the ones that have to choose that. And then once we are, then this beautiful relationship. So I love that energy for you. And that's exactly what you're on the goal of what you're doing and the energy you're putting in. So I like that for you, my friend. That's what they got for you. I know, right? Stars. All right. So many blessings to you. Have a great night. Sleep well when you go. I know it's almost time. Happy Monday. Enjoy every moment. Mondays, I used to really hate Mondays when I worked Monday through Fridays until one day, like I worked a weekend day instead. And I liked the Saturdays because it felt like it wasn't a real work day, and I liked the feeling I had, and Spirit was like, "Why don't you do that every day?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why don't I look at every day as like it's my day off, but I'm going into work and I'm enjoying it, and so it doesn't feel like a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Friday. It feels like it's a Saturday and I can enjoy it in this wonderful feel as well." So, yeah, fun, right? You're in bed. Night, night. All right, my friend, thank you so much. Let me close my blinds here. It's all getting dark out now. It's cloudy and the sun's setting, so all right. And then up next, we do have Mini Heal. We got 258, 12. So Mini Heal, here is your timestamp. So is your future spouse currently present at social media like YouTube, TikTok, or something? Like, do they post their videos publicly? All right, let's take a look here. Are they out there for your searching and hunting pleasure? Let's see here. Is there based on current energies? All right, here we are. And you have the Seven of Earth. Yeah. Well, no, I was thinking Seven of Wands. But Seven of Pentacles, this is um I don't feel like they're like that kind of showy individual, although we do get the sun. Okay, yeah, so they are. I feel like they take their time. They're not like um I don't feel like they're on TikTok or I feel like they're slow in getting into new technology. So I feel like they're on the old school, like maybe Facebook and maybe YouTube. 'Cause I feel like TikTok and any of the newer things, they're kinda like, "No, no," I feel like they're slow. But the sun card that we got here, I don't know if I showed that to you. That's about being bright and being seen. That's why I thought I saw the 7 of Wands, which is standing tall, shining bright, being out there. So they are on it, but with that 7 of Pentacles, they're slow at doing it. They're not like on it, go, 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 like massive, um, and they're on the older you know, not the newer type of ones, coming in. So hopefully that helps. They're old school. All right. So that is what they have for you, Mini Heal. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Aditi, you are up. Grab your timestamp here. And Aditi, you want to know what or who is coming in love for you? All right. Let's take a look here. Based on your current energies. You got the 10 of fire, the 10 of wands energy that's coming in. You know, this is a lot of A lot of passion energy. It feels like there's a lot of work that's kinda coming in for love for you, but it doesn't have to be. It feels like a burden because we might have, like, a lot of expectations of supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, and it needs to be this, it needs to be this, and I'm searching for someone, I want someone, I need someone, whoop, okay. Sorry, it was spinning, I just wanna make sure that we're back. Okay, I think we're back. It seemed like it kind of paused for a moment, but now I think we're live again. Maybe it was live all along, maybe it was just my iPad. But, uh but I do feel like here there's a lot of go, 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 energy and trying to achieve something. And where it can switch and it can turn to something like, um, abundance instead is when you let go of expectations supposed to be, and if you go and just do things that you love and that you're enjoying in life, that's where you'll meet someone. It'll be it's like the when you're doing a cost benefit analysis, the investment of trying, trying, trying doesn't bring you a whole lot. Not trying, but living your love and your passion and things you love to do, you bump into someone, that's where it sparks and where something becomes abundant, but it's where you're investing your energy and how that's impacting you right now. So hopefully that helps. All right, my dear, that's what they have for you. So many blessings. Then we got Ashish. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Grab your timestamp here. And how with the opportunity come about for you to move to a different country? All right, so how will the opportunity, let's take a look here, to move to another country based on your current energies. So if you get to, yeah, here's kind of this energy of the 10 of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Earth. The 10 of Wands is about where you're investing your energy and how. And the Queen of Pentacles is, nurturing yourself, but it's more following your heart. So, when we're looking at, are we trying to move out of our country because of something with our head of supposed to be, should be, expectation kind of energy rooted in fear of something? Or is it moving somewhere from our heart? Like our heart is drawing us somewhere, not our mind, but our heart. That's what the Queen of Pentacles brings in. And the 10 of Wands, is that energy of, am I focusing in on what I'm grateful for? And I'm investing my energy in that higher vibrational energy that draws things toward me, or am I focusing on lack and need and fear energy? That's what pushes things away. My podcast series, my podcast, The Easier Path, episode 14, Abundance, Where It Be, is really good for this energy. When we're wanting, like, I want abundance in an area of my life, it really talks about our energy. It talks about some stuff with our inner child too that can open up possibilities, and it gives some great guidance. So if you haven't checked that out, let me just throw it out here for everyone. If anyone's watching that, I talk about this like all the time, I know, but it's one of the most powerful, life-changing kind of information, and I'll also put it under your pinned comment, for your timestamp, when I'm done with this session tonight. So if you're watching this on replay, it's pinned right below your timestamp, so just make sure to note that, and you can check that out as well. So that's what they got for you, my dear, so many blessings to you. All right, and then Bay, you are up 3:04:48. You're coming in here. Here's your timestamp there. And how will you end up having children within a year? I'm sorry, not how. You said hello. You want to know, will you end up having children within a year or in the near future? All right, let's take a look here. So look at, are you going to have it um, within a year? We'll look at that first here and just see if that comes in. I feel you do find love. You have the relationship lovers card that comes in here. Um, I do want this one here. Got the Hierophant, 7 of Air Swords. It doesn't feel like you have children right away within a year. Um, so it's not the near future either. That's why I was gonna ask that because the Hierophant is about change and transformation, and I feel like you do have a relationship here, but it feels more like a stepping stone. I feel like if you're in a relationship, that there might be something that happens here where you have a new relationship is who you have children with. This kind of feels like there's something that's gonna transform for you. Um, and so I feel like that's uh, what comes in here. Uh, so whatever this is, there's this transformational energy with that Hierophant, and it does feel here. I don't know if you're in a relationship right now and you're hoping to have children with them. I'm feeling like it might change, and because I feel like you have future children with someone else um, energy. So we can take that how you will, but I do feel like there's something different with that coming in here. So hopefully that helps, my dear. That's what we have right now. So many blessings to you. Right, and Patricia, we got 30655. So Patricia, here is your timestamp here. You want to can spirit advise if booking again with the Airbnb, is it for your highest and best? Let's see what energy comes in. If you book again, what energy do you receive here? Well, you did get two cards. You got the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Waters. You know, it's I don't feel like it's for your highest and best because the 7 of Cups is mixed emotions. 7 of Wands is be true to yourself, don't shrink, don't, feel like you have to defend your choices and different things. But 2 sevens coming in here can be conflict energy. It's spiritual energy as well, the sevens, but I feel like this is not gonna bring you your what you feel would be like, "Whoa." I feel like there's follow this nudge, follow this draw. I feel like with that 7 of Wands, you wanna go do something else, go do some be somewhere else, but you're like, "Well, but people will think I'm stupid," or they will think, "Oh, don't do that. Why are you doing that?" But if it's something you're wanting to do, they're saying, "Shine bright." If you have mixed emotions about this place, go to the place that you're really wanting to go, kind of energy. I feel like that's where you feel the empowerment more so for you. So hopefully that helps, right? So that's what they got for you, Patricia. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Steffi, you are up 30826. So Steffi, thank you so much. So, did your mom, that's a Libra, end up putting witchcraft on your food and drink? If she did, will she end up telling you the truth? All right, let's take a look here. What kind of energy we get in here? Shuffle this up again. Of course, witchcraft is um they do it on, I mean, if it's you know, poison or something that can impact our physical bodies, but if it's just magic and they're trying to do stuff, that doesn't impact us unless we give it power. We can say, "No, it doesn't do anything to me." Or we can be like, "Oh my god, it works and it's gonna impact me." Then my energy is saying, "Ooh, it's gonna work and it's gonna impact me," right? So let's take a look. Oh, so did she, and if she did, it will impact you. We got Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is clarity, is telling the truth, is, uh, you know, I mean, it is this seeing things from this higher perspective and understanding, and I feel like that's what they're wanting to do here. Yeah, you even got the unseen being revealed on the bottom with the moon energy, but, so I do feel like she'll tell you the truth, but the bigger truth is that witchcraft doesn't work on other people. We're energetic beings. We have the power of free will and our power of choice. Whatever I choose, the stories for my life, the emotional choices, my energy, my actions is what impacts me. I can't choose for other people. They will choose their stories, their emotions, their actions, and their energies, so that'll impact them. Someone tries doing witchcraft on someone else, they actually are drawing that same thing back to them in some way, somehow. That's how energy works. It's not a someone else can, you know, force something on someone else. We're the ones that if someone goes, "I'm cursing you," or "I'm doing witchcraft on you," oh, no, I create it. My energy draws it in for my life because 'cause I'm the only one that can do it, right? So, hopefully that helps, Steffi. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Cat Mia, you're up 31101. Whoa, that was one too many ones there. All right. All right. And then you just want guidance. All right, let's take a look here. See what they have here. So they do want this card right here for you. And you've got the Messenger of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all. They're also, it's the knight that is on a quest for self-worth. But there is an energy here, like a guidance is slow down. Take your time. Whenever something is slowing down, it's giving the opportunity to question your thoughts and beliefs around something. And if you have anything that sounds like supposed to be, should be, need to be, expectation, that something needs to unfold a certain way, something has to happen a certain way, any kind of that, it gives us time to question our thoughts and our emotions, our energy and our actions and see it from a different perspective so that we can transform things. And so it feels like there's a slow down, evaluate, reflect on why you're believing what you're believing and why is that true? Is it true? Is there another way kind of energy that comes in? So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you, Cat Mia. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Radish. You're up 312, 36. Is for yours. And is 2027 the year of meeting your lifetime person? And what will be the situation of your meeting? All right, let's take a look here. See what we got here. You got the Hanged Man. You know, it's a pause energy. It's about giving you time to transform and change, which, gives us that um I mean, it gives us the time to work through things. On the bottom of the deck, you do have like the 5 of fire, the 5 of wands. You have the 10 of cups, which, is an energy of relationships, happy relationships. You even got the devil card, which is about letting go of some expectations energy on the bottom. It feels like here that right now, 2027, it's not, but it doesn't mean that it can't be. Just the current energies are you're in this cocoon. You're going in this cocooning stage to transform, to let go of things that don't serve you anymore so that you can have this freedom. And that, when we have lower vibrational beliefs, supposed to be's and expectations that are rooted in fears of if these things don't happen, then it's a failed marriage, it's a not an acceptable one or relationship or whatever, we tend that will suck the life out of things, and so it's like you're going through this transformation of letting a lot of long-held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets drift away so that you can have freedom and be grateful for what something is instead of focusing on what it's not. So the more you do that, the more you let go of this old lower vibrational energy that's rooted in fear, that's what holds us back. As you release that, things speed up and that can bring a meeting in sooner, which is what they're saying here. But, if not, if you just keep doing what you're doing today, not 2027, right? So, that's what they got for you right now, Radish. So many blessings to you. All right, and then we got Dason Case. Hey, Dason. Go for your timestamp here. There you are. And then, should this stick be able to cure somebody, and would you be able to use it for powwows when, in the arena direct? All right, let's take a look here. Okay, thank you. You know, with the Emperor energy here on the bottom, this is Aries energy, and it's authoritarian energy where, uh, if we get out of our head and into our heart, this can help individuals balance their head and their heart. because you got the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords on the bottom, who rules over the mind suit behind the scenes. All queens have heart energy or cups energy. So it's this balance, and that's what the Emperor can bring in is, this energy of moving forward, strength and stability. And so I feel like the stick itself isn't what heals, it's the energy behind it. And depending on where your energy is at, if we're in expectations of supposed to be, should be, need to be, out of fear, if it doesn't, what if it doesn't work? What if this? Versus when I'm in gratitude and unconditional love and I'm just being a conduit of higher vibrational love energy that's unconditional and eternal. When we're bringing in that energy from above and it's going through, then we become that stick. The stick is an extension of our energy. We're that conduit. It flows through us, through the stick. But it's more everyone's independent energy that is what helps them um, to use that. And again, with are you able to use it for powwows? Yeah, if you want. This Aries energy is you have the power to choose. You're the emperor over your life. There's no restrictions except for the ones we put on ourselves, right? There's a lot of humans that come up with, oh, well, this is what you can do and can't do, and da da da. If you're going to be a part of this, these are the rules. Well, if you want to participate in that, you have to play by their rules if you're going to, go in. But you can choose to do things like if there's no rules around any of this for them, then you can do whatever you want, right? With your energy, your choice, your power, you're able to do things. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you, Dason. So many blessings to you. Then we got Stoned Epiphany 31738 is yours. Let me do that right here first. There we go. So Stoned Epiphany, welcome, welcome. Want to know, what do your parents keep from you in regards to their feelings about me as it relates to my parenting and or my current transformation and self-improvement journey? All right, let's take a look here. All right. What do they keep from you? All right. Yeah, I don't feel like there's a whole lot that they keep from you. You got the Six of Swords. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Swords, which is letting go of expectations and peace of mind. The Six of Swords is letting go of old ways of thinking, seeing things from a higher perspective, moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. Um, and so I feel like here anything they keep from you because it's old mindsets and they realize things have changed and they're trying to just let go of the old ways that they approach things and just trust the new ways kind of energy. Because I feel like they're trying to get peace of mind. I feel like they're tired of trying to make everyone and everything make sense based on their old mentalities, their old ways of thinking. And so I feel like they don't hold anything really like back. I mean, they do, but it's not because they don't wanna tell you, like, it's more that they're like, "We're working on letting go our old beliefs, and if it's our feelings and our thinking, that's our problem, not yours." That's the kind of energy I kind of feel is coming in here, like they're reaching this point of, "This world doesn't make sense anymore," based on, the old ways of thinking and how they were raised. They're like, life has changed so much in their lifetime, you know, um, cell phones and computers and just the world and internet and all these things, they've adapted to so much that I feel like they're kind of getting to this point of just they're just tired and and I kind of feel like they're letting a lot of stuff go and not worrying about a lot of stuff. So that's interesting with that energy. They're just tired. All right, so that's it. That's what they got right now for you there, Stoned Epiphany, so hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. All right, then we got Rose Crump. You are up. 32027 is for yours. There is your timestamp there, and you would love a message regarding your current situation with the tow company. All right, let's take a look here. based on current energies. There it went. Let's see what we got here. You got the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. And there's this emotional energy. It's trust your gut, trust your intuition. It's like your heart knows the way. So follow that there. And you even got the King of Water on the bottom, which is a balance between head and heart energy. But I feel like there's so much, don't follow the emotional reaction energy, but follow that gut instinct on what it's telling you and where it's guiding you here. Because I feel like there is someone here, the King of Water, it's a very balanced situation. And if you follow your heart and share your heart and not in an angry or sad way, but in a emotional, heart to heart kind of energy, then I feel like you bump into someone here, this King of Water, very compatible person that gets it, they understand, and they will try to help you out as much as they can. But I feel like that's kind of the energy and approaching it with that is if you share sincerely and authenticity from your heart, but not out of anger or sadness. Don't, not try and manipulate out of acting sad or angry. You know, it's being real, kind of approaching it. That whoever you're really just honest with, that things uh, are presented to you that normally wouldn't be. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you, Rose. So many blessings to you. All right. Then we got Bird Girl 32222 is for yours. And what college do you see you transferring to for your masters? All right, let's take a look here, see what sign they'll give you here that maybe help you realize which one it is here. You have the Ace of Water, the Ace of Cups. This is the one that makes you happy. Um, so Ace of Cups is like, this is the happy, happy, happy energy. Got the seahorse, the pearl that's on here. But it's this energy of, like, the one that just makes your heart feel good, not the one your mind is supposed to, should, or whatever, but the one that your heart wants to go to, that you're like, that energy is the one that I feel like, is the one that you'll end up, you know, um, transferring your masters to. So follow the heart knows the way. Sometimes, our mind will take us to somewhere where we feel like we're existing. We're like, "Well, I did the right thing," but, you know, when you follow your heart, you're excited every day about what you're doing because you feel like you're living instead of existing. That's the kind of energy that I feel is coming in right now. Right. So many blessings to you. And we got Blueberry. So Blueberry, you are up. All right, here is your timestamp. And a general reading. Let's take a look here and see what did they have for you today. All right. Marriage. No, I'm just kidding. 10 of Swords, 10 of Air. Yeah, this is an energy here about being sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone else's expectations and trying to make other people live up to ours as well. And there's this release energy like, I'm done. I'm just going to let all that go and I'm going to focus in on, you know, what I love. And instead of our mind of all this that I'm trying to achieve, I'm just kind of putting that to the side and going, heart, where are you leading me? Where are we going? What are we doing? I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I love this. I love that. And there's like this adventure energy instead of a work energy. And so I feel like you're in this space right now, and it can be about everything in life, or it can be for a specific area. Do we have anything here? Four of Air. No, this is letting go of expectations too. Resting your mind, ready to let something go so that you don't have to feel like you're behind in the negative, trying to get up to zero, but that you're feel like you're abundant and you're full. And when we get out of those expectations of the mind of all that, then we're able to move forward into something that feels free and flowing. So I feel like that's what they have for you right now. So hopefully that helps, Blueberry. That's they got for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Eagle Money, you are up. So here is your timestamp there. And a general for the week. All right. you have the 9 of Earth, the 9 of Pentacles energy. It on one side, it is this energy of you might feel a little bit like alone this week, a little bit kind of back and, um, not necessarily like a hermit, but definitely this energy of like, feel like you're like a step out of the picture of a lot of things, but it's for you because you're learning a lot, seeing a lot, and there's the self-sufficiency energy that comes in. And then the 9 of Pentacles is an abundance energy that also adds in. So it's like it's for you. It's good for you to be stepped back because, you've got this death and rebirth, this transformation energy on the bottom of the deck, and I feel like there's something going on. And with you keeping to yourself and kind of stepping back, you stay out of the impact of things that are happening. So it's beneficial for you to kind of just take a breather, go out into the garden with spirit and commune with spirit um and then things just unfold for you more productively, more big than if you are, in the midst, in the center of it all. It's like, let don't be a part of the drama of this week. Step out of it, right? Let everyone else figure it out, and it's for your benefit to do so. So, hopefully that makes sense to you, Eagle. That is what they have. So many blessings to you. And then Ruby G, you are up. Thank you again for your donation earlier and for your free reading here. Here's your timestamp. And I'd like to know if your cats will be safe during all of this. All right, let's take a look here based on current energies. All right. Yeah, we got the 8 of air, 8 of swords. This is smooth movement, 4 swords on each side. Uh, it's smooth clarity. It's letting go of mindsets and thoughts and beliefs that don't serve us anymore. I feel like there's flow energy that's there. I don't feel anything with that, but it's important for you. I'm going to focus on gratitude and safety. Put a hedge of protection around your cats, and we'll include them in your uh, and maybe that's why I charged and supercharging to make them more calm over there on that side of the battlefield, that there's calmness over there on their side, but I don't feel anything to be afraid of there, just, the more mindsets we have on higher vibration, the better it is, because 'cause we're gonna attract in whatever we're focusing on, right? So, it nothing to be concerned of there that I can see, so it looks good, and we'll add in some little smaller hearts in your hedge for your cats too when I finish up here tonight. All right. So many blessings to you, my friend. Hang in there. All right. And we got Livier Vagara up at 329 even. So Livier, here is your timestamp here. And you want to ask, how will things move forward at home, not have any issues with people not necessary in our lives, neighbors, right? So how will things move forward? Let's take a look here. Okay, got this here. I got the 7 of swords. Yeah, there's a little bit of kinda some dishonesty energy that comes in with the 7 of swords. It's the liar, deceiver, thief, deceit energy, but it also can be it's a reflection of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that could be restricting us, stealing us out of opportunities that are coming up here. So I feel like it's important to not believe everything everyone says, but also not believe everything we're telling ourselves either. Question our stories on what we're putting in a situation, because whatever story I create about that is what I'm drawing toward me, but also what my mind will show me proof of as well. So I feel like it's important to kind of take a look at what am I thinking about my neighbors, and um, how am I thinking about myself in this situation too? Because I feel like there's freedom and clarity that comes through that if we do that. But yeah, it feels like there's a little bit of conflict with neighbors here. Doesn't have to be, because when we have they're supposed to do this and they're not, then I'm getting upset and I'm drawing in lack energy and I'm drawing in drama. When I'm like, "You know what? I'm going to do what I can to keep myself and my family safe and aware, but I'm gonna keep my I'm gonna keep my business in my business, because that's all I can control, right? My own business is what I can control. Other people's business, I can't control. I'm coming back to my business, right? And I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in there for you. Hopefully that helps, my dear. That's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we got Chili. You are up 331:17. So, Chili, here is your timestamp. And so, Max, hey, Max, you were wondering if you could do a reading about your life, past, present, or future. For free readings, it's one card. If you want to do like a past, present, future ones, those, if you look at the description area of the video, it talks about the donations that have for those. But for the one card, we'll definitely can take a look here and see what spirit has here for you and see what we can get from one card. I got the 3 of water, 3 of cups energy that's coming in here. 3 of water, 3 of cups. It's joy, it's celebration energy. It's also about friend energy that comes in here. Um, I feel like here in the past, you might have felt kind of like cheated or especially with love on the bottom of the deck, you do have the lovers card. Um, so it feels like there in the past has been like this someone not being faithful kind of energy that has created this um, fear that it'll be repeated. And I feel like you're working through that. There's this 3 of cups, and that kind of would be like the present. The more you focus on joy and bringing in like this 3 of water is like you're finding 2 besties where it's kind of like you guys are like 3 peas in a pond, the 3 of you, and that there's this energy of supporting one another, keeping each other accountable, about falling into old habits of choosing the same type of person over and over. And each of you do that in the habit of like giving yourself up for the other person. There's this energy that you guys keep each other compatible. And I feel like that's in the present is that this is what is happening in the now. If you don't have like 2 besties, you're going to be having them come in and then you have relationship that comes in the future. But there is some work on letting go of the fears of the 3 of cups, the 3 of water, of like a third party kind of situations in the past, kind of evolving through those emotions so that you can find these 2 individuals that you guys are like, support system for one another that allow you to have this happy relationship in the future. My podcast series, The Easier Path, we talk a lot about things like this. If you're interested, it's all free. The link is down in the description area. And we do talk about why one of my videos talks about why people cheat and how we can make that an easier path instead of a harder one for us, whether we're the ones that cheated or they're the ones that cheated or we both cheated on each other. It talks about what we can do to transform for ourselves. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you. Many blessings to you. Right, and then Swaroop Bobby, you're up 334:28 is for yours. So Swaroop, here is that one. And then any messages for the rest of the week? All right, let's take a look here. You do have the Chariot. Wow, yeah. So you have this big movement action week coming up. Chariot, they rule over all 4 horses of action: the mind, the heart, the physical world, and our energetic. It's a victory energy. Behind the scenes, we have Cancer moon energy. So there's this kind of emphasis on this emotional movement, which makes a lot of sense for this week coming up because we've got a Pisces lunar full moon, lunar eclipse. So huge energies emotionally this week. So be aware, I feel like, here of choices that we make because whatever we're choosing is going to be amplified, especially our emotional choices. So if I'm choosing gratitude and joy and laughter and play, boom, 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 it's expanded huge, right? If I choose lack and fear and need and want and expectations and all this, it'll suck the life and it'll it will feel heavy. But the thing is if we're feeling heavy, we can remember, "Oh, that's right. I have the power to choose. I'm gonna choose gratitude, and I'm gonna choose joy. I'm gonna choose laughter. I'm gonna choose unconditional love." You can feel the energy shift next week too. So, I feel like that it's very important for you next week to be aware of the choices you're making with all that energy. And I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, right? So many blessings to you. All right. And then Donna Marie, you are up. So, Donna Marie, here is your timestamp there. And then you want a message from spirit. What do you need to know now? Right? What do you need to know? Right. I feel like they do want this one here. Get the Four of Water, the Four of Cups. Beautiful energy here. And Four of Cups energy, this is, stability energy. It's kind of talking like the minor arcana, how when we move from instability to stability, and then if we stay stable in a certain level for too long, it starts to feel stagnant, and then we want to move to a new level. Well, how we move to a new kind of the even numbers are the balanced energies, right? And so feel like the next thing that's coming up here with this Five of Waters, there is this energy of um, some sort of emotional conflicts that are coming up to set you free so that you can move to a new level. It's allowing like some anchors, emotional anchors that have been there for a long time and they're being presented. I feel like, especially with this Pisces lunar eclipse, full moon coming up this week, right? Big emotional energies that are flowing through that are, coming in dream time, and then you're seeing, people going through things, and then it's being presented to you so that you can go, "Okay, I'm ready now." It's not a surprise going, "Here, Donna, deal with this." It's gentle. It's coming in your dreams first, and then it's coming over here, and then it's being presented so that you can free yourself from some old emotional beliefs and old emotional choices and charged emotions that will set you free. And I feel like that's what's coming in here. Kind of just a forewarning of that this is for you. It's not happening because of punishment or you're doing anything wrong. This is part of your journey, part of your transformation to free up and clear your emotional pipeline so you can have more joy and unconditional love energy into your life. And also to expand your spiritual gifts, because that's where all that comes through. So I like that for you. That is what they got for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then AKA, you are up. So AKA, here is your timestamp here. And I hope all is well with you as well. Thank you so much. So a freebie on energy surrounding you for the new upcoming week. I know, big week. Last of the portal that we're in for the eclipses, and it's Pisces, full moon, lunar eclipse. Got a lot going on here. Yeah, and you have this beautiful Hierophant, good grounding energy of Taurus energy coming in here. The senses are really being amplified for you here. It feels like the energies of next week are about allowing yourself to feel like the sensory, like really pay attention to what you're allowing in your eyes. And it's like consciously choose what you're looking at. Consciously choose what you're smelling, consciously choose what you're hearing, consciously choose what you're tasting, consciously choose what you're feeling, because that sensory energy is what brings some change around for you here. And it's an interesting energy because I normally don't focus in on that Taurus senses, but they really are. It's like put out and be conscious about every one of those things that you're doing, and you'll see a difference. It'll change your week with all this energy. It's really, really amplified. And I feel like we don't see the subtle changes when we choose what we're seeing, smelling, and all that in the day to day. But during next week, the energies are so expansive and so magnifying things that I feel like you will actually realize and go, wow, I see how, pain, even for an hour, even for a day, the impact has it. When you do it for days, you're just like, wow, because this energy is, it's almost like doing a time lapse, with all this energy. it's so expansive that it moves things faster that we're like, wow, just, not listening to people talk and people complaining in the news and not watching the news and doom scrolling about all the bad stuff. I'm focusing on what I'm looking at, and I'm doing, essential oils or a certain incense that smells so good and it puts me in this place, and I'm intentional in all of it, and it makes a difference. So I like that with those energies coming up. So that's what they got for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Maria P, you are up. Thank you for your donations earlier. Here is your timestamp for your free reading here. And a general for you in love and work. All right. Let's see what we got here. So what for love and work? This one here. All right. Yeah, you got the Eight of Earth. Didn't I feel like when I was doing your reading and you got this, I feel like I had this premonition that we were gonna get this for your free reading too. I should have said it then because it was like the Eight of Pentacles is transformation again, coming in for love and work. And you got that on one of your other readings here about it's transforming. Things are moving. Things like you're in a cocoon. You're letting go of old ways to transform into new ways. And I feel like you're in this huge place in your life right now for this transformation. It's just the old ways just don't work anymore. You know, same old. You're not the same person anymore. You've evolved and changed. That's why you're becoming unhappy and unsatisfied with, different things in the world too. So I feel like you're in this, you know, change energy that's it's worth putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears for the change because on the other side, you're a butterfly. You can go places and do things you never could have before instead of being constricted, with the other caterpillars. And it's like, but I don't want to leave the caterpillars. They're so cute, right? You're like, no time to leave the caterpillars. So I feel like you're having this major changes coming in, but um, how fast and how slow it happens is totally up to you. Of course, because it's the power of choice that you have. So hopefully that helps, my dear. That's what they got for you. So many blessings to you. All right, everybody. Well, that is everything we have for tonight for donations and free readings right now. So we'll be closing down here. We do have, if you haven't checked out my updates on the new live stream process, here is the link for that video. Because in that video, there's also an opportunity for a chance at winning a energetic hedge. So I'll have a drawing on 9/9. I'll have one for everyone that's already responded. That when it was a secret, but now I am promoting it between now and then for it to give everyone a chance at a second hedge. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in that. Also talk about a new type of video um, reading that I offer, private reading. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. And if you haven't checked out my podcast, The Easier Path, it is free and it does have a lot of information from Spirit on how to make this an easier path instead of a harder one. So I'm going to be working and having a new one coming out here about talking to heaven. Should be out at least by this Thursday. If not tomorrow, I might maybe make them change them. They come out on Mondays. We'll see. We'll see how my Monday goes tomorrow. But that's what we got, guys. It's a short night tonight, just shy of 4 hours, which still is a long time. But I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm on Wednesday through Sunday nights. And so I will return on Wednesday. Until then, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself and have a great week. We'll see you soon.